family rolling in. Welcome to Alt TV. This is the Real Soundcheck. The Real Soundcheck. Welcoming one and all. I want to say greetings to Kim Wolves. Good evening, Kim. The Diva Speaks. T-Dot is in the building. Mad Trini in the building. Salute to you. Miss Naturally J, Jacqueline. Good evening to you. UK Web Boy. Good evening to you. All the family rolling in. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Please share the link with someone and invite someone into the session. All right, we're gonna have another fun one this evening. Let's get into it. Let's turn this music down a little bit, and let's start bringing on our guests this evening. All right. First off, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in the chat we have Grown Folks Grooves.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good, sir. Good, sir. Good to have you here. How you doing? You good?
Oh, man. I'm really good. I've had a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to this week, and I'm especially looking forward to tonight's show.
All right, let's get into it, man. I'm ready. We're ready. We ready. All right. Also, welcome in Technical. Buddha Palm.
What up?
We there. You good?
I'm not bad, mate. Change of scenery. I'm down in the land of Cockney's.
Who?
Cockney's. Cockafard. You know what I mean? Yeah, so the decor has all changed, and I've got some weird pictures up on the wall and that, but it's all good. You know what I mean?
You've just moved out of the shot.
No, I'm just turning the camera. He looked a bit creepy, man, over my shoulder. You know what I mean? What up, Kim Wolves? Big up.
Respect.
Yeah,
good to have you in the place. Good to have you in the place, Ted. Big up.
Salutations.
All right. Let's bring in Mr. Cassidy. Mr. Fire Cassidy.
What's going on? Good evening, Alt TV.
We're there.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Welcome in, sir. How you doing? You good?
I am zen. The steam room done me justice this evening.
Aight.
I had my bowl of soup done even better, so I'm good.
All right. I feel like I should put a timer on my phone to see how long this zenness lasts.
Before we start drawing out fruit and that, you know what I mean?
I have to say, right, you brought it up already, yeah? I have to say a disclaimer, yeah? And I think it just needs to be done in the politest way. I think a lot of people really misunderstood what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is that there's a preference. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to overdo it or underdo it. There's a preference. Some people like the full, juicy, mature fruit.
Here we go.
Some people like the young,
oh,
fruit.
shit. Here we go.
I need frictions. His sound effects, man. I need friction sound effects.
Bring him on, man. Bring him on.
Let's bring him in. Yo, friction. Did you hear this? How you doing? But he's in the back end of the patty again. The back end of the patty.
The back end of the patty.
So, I don't know if you guys know the official name for the two ends of the bread.
Go
you
on.
know,
The butt.
Oh, bread back.
The back.
See, we were taught it was bread back.
Yeah, it's bread back.
Yeah.
It's the butts, isn't it?
It's actually bread batty.
What?
You never know. The official
I ain't
term.
eating no bread batty. I'm not
Exactly.
eating bread batty.
7
Everybody
days
wants-
later, this
everybody-
guy's still talking about batty.
Everybody wants to touch it and feel it, but nobody know how to eat it. You get me?
Yo, this is getting worse. This is getting worse.
Listen.
This is getting worse.
Force
Cassidy.
Leroy, I love juicy fruit. Okay. Yes. See.
How you doing?
Big up.
brother?
So,
G-Force
all
Leroy.
right. Did anybody
Yes,
play the
G-Force.
clip to their partners? And what was their reaction?
My
Did
wife
anyone
watched the
say
whole
it?
thing with her friend, and she loved it.
Okay, there we go. So that's what I'm saying. Some people
You know
took
what, Butch?
offense.
I think the message was fine. I think it was more the delivery. I think that's what it was.
okay.
It was the delivery.
Maybe
Turn the phrase.
the message was right. The metaphor was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not even
Now,
saying.
being honest, gentlemen, I thought people would have been more upset with you are what you eat.
That's
That's
the one.
what I thought people would be more
Well,
upset with. But
well,
it's
do you
all
know
right.
what? Let's just close back that can of worms right now and say good evening to G-Force Leroy. Let's say good evening to Melissa Deans in the building. Good evening, Melissa.
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening. Good evening to Wildy Cat 1 as well. Good evening, Wildy Cat.
Salut. Welcome.
All right, all of the families still rolling and welcoming one and all. Don't forget to please share the link with your peoples. We are now also streaming on Facebook tonight. We have a new Facebook page, Alt TV Facebook page. So you can watch us there or share the link there as well. Let's bring on our next guest, Fire Diesel, Mr. Diesel.
Evening.
My brother.
How you doing,
You
sir?
all good? I'm
Yeah,
good,
man, we're
You?
blessed.
Big up,
Yeah,
D.
man, we're good.
Ready for tonight, man. Ready.
Ready. We sound like we're going to war or something, innit? Ready? It's on.
It's on this
All right, salute.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Thank you, Mad Trini.
Let's go.
What's that? All right, Mad Trini's agreeing with Butch. All right, big up Mad Trini. Unfortunately, we got no Dave Knight with us this evening, but salute to Dave Knight, sir. All right, wherever you are, sir, salute to you. So we got 6 of us tonight, and this evening we are talking about. Well, let's just go right into it. I think it's an obvious one. Everyone's heard about this, so I want to begin by talking about Kanye. And
Mr. West.
yeah, I want to begin by talking about Kanye. Obviously, he's been making headlines for the past few days because in fact, before I do that, let me just remind people, please, to hit subscribe wherever you're watching. Please, to stay up to date with more content, please hit the subscribe and also share if you can. Right, so Mr. West has been causing controversy once again with this. Okay, so
And look
so,
who's beside him. Look who's
I
beside
know. We got a lot. We got a lot to
There was
unpack
a
with this.
third person as well.
Was there?
I saw a video earlier on. Apparently, Bob Marley's granddaughter was wearing one as well.
Stop it.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, I'll send the
you
video
mean?
over. I don't know if you can do anything with it, but I'll send it to you.
I can do. Yeah, if you email me that, I might be able to do that.
Cool.
What was interesting is I heard that one of the Smith children was there, and when she saw it, she actually left.
Oh, for real?
Willow.
Good.
Willow.
Jaden, it was Jaden. Oh, it was Jaden, wasn't it?
No,
Oh, yeah, Jaden.
Was it?
was it
Okay.
Jaden or was it
Yeah.
Willow?
No, it was Jaden.
Jaden. He did have a dress on, so don't.
Okay. There you go.
You probably went outside to the merch table to see if you could get one.
Yeah, it's like mathematic problem where you're like, does one cancel out the other? Do you know what I mean? Plus and minus.
Oh,
two
G-Force
negatives,
Leroy has said, yes, in Bay fired shots. I was meant to listen to what he had to say about that.
Well, a lot of people
It's
are
all
firing
coming up, it's all
shots.
coming up.
A lot of people firing shots back about this. So Kanye had this at I think it was one of his fashion shows that he did.
London Paris Fashion Week, I think it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting that he's got Candace Owens there in the top with him.
Who is she?
She's a politician, but she's also she's very supportive of the right wing media. So she speaks up a lot for Donald Trump, or she spoke up a lot for him. She was very against Black Lives Matter. So she's
Spoke very derogatory of George Floyd as well, unnecessarily.
Yes. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Well, like she knew him.
Yeah,
Right,
just basically
right,
saying, who made this man a martyr for black people? Who put this man on his pedestal for black people? And I was like, no one. But, whether he was, whatever he done, what happened to him wasn't justified. And she was kind of saying, he was a criminal. He got a criminal record, this, that, and the other. And it's like, either way, that does not justify what happened to him.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
That's right.
Oh, she's one of those. Okay.
She's one of those.
Yeah, man.
So
Right.
interesting that it was him and her in that picture. It's been a lot of
Diva.
what's that?
She's the equivalent of Mrs. Clayton Bigsby
Yeah.
from the Chappelle Show.
She's a chocolate.
Oh
Karen.
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Chocolate Karen.
Chocolate carrot, brap. Them talk.
Yo, Friction, drop a bomb for that, man. Drop a bomb for that. Drop a bomb for that.
Sorry, guys.
Chocolate carrot, that's hard.
I need to be on point with the effects today. Sorry.
Good evening, Natasha 0702. Good evening, Tasha. Good evening,
Yes,
good evening,
Natasha.
good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. All right.
There's a lot
Yeah,
to
people have been
unpack.
firing. There is a lot to unpack. People have been firing back. So this was Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, clap back with this.
Yes, my brother.
Crossed out the V, White Lives
That's
Matter.
nice.
That is tough. And of course, it was open season on the memes as well. We had this.
That's not American History X. It's not American History X, man.
Wow.
Oh, that's brutal.
So there's a lot. There's a lot. So fellas, I want to just throw this out there and ask you your thoughts and opinions and feelings on this. Do you think that this was just a publicity stunt? Do you think this is a sign of mental health issues? Do you think that this man has some level of brilliance that we are just not understanding? What is it? What do you make of this? Let me start off with Tech, because I don't think I'm gonna allow Butch Cassidy on this one. Let me start off with Tech.
It's with me. Okay, so there is a lot about this man. Do you know what I mean? I think because he's dropped this at like a fashion week catwalk show, right? Even though my man's not righted, I think it was just to cause controversy. He obviously knew it was going to cause a stir. He knew it was going to kick off. And I think with him, he's an attention whore. You know what I mean? And any attention's good attention as far as he's concerned. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what was going through his head to do that and think there's not going to be any backlash. But I don't think he cares.
I don't
You know
think
what I mean?
he
I don't think he
cares
cares.
about the backlash.
No, I don't think he cares about the backlash from whatever community. I don't think he cares.
And he
Whether
actually
it's got
went
any
on-
more... Sorry?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, whether or not it's got any more sort of indication on his affiliation with whatever side, I don't know. But I think it's really to do with just causing a controversy and just getting in every paper, which it has. Do you know what I mean? It's like mission accomplished. My man's gone down to Pronto Print and got 2 t-shirts printed up and he's on every paper around the world. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean?
Does he have
£10
an album
those 2
coming
t-shirts.
out?
You know?
Has he got an
Possibly,
album coming out?
possibly.
Because I personally think it's a publicity thing, mate.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, the mental health needs to be considered as well. But
Yeah.
I think primarily, it's a publicity stunt. It all helps sell records, don't it?
Yeah, I think so. Because people will buy the album thinking, right, what's he going to say in this, man? They're going to dissect every verse of every single song just to see what sort of outlandish stuff he's going to come out with. You know what I mean?
So has he got an album coming out then?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I did.
I don't follow him, man.
It's not an album. It's the trainers. Remember, he's not working with the other company anymore.
Oh, yeah.
He's gone
that's
solo.
right, yeah.
It's all him. Fashion Week. His name.
Yeah.
He's not silly. He knows exactly.
I think you might
what
have hit it on the
he's
head there.
doing.
Yeah.
He knows to a point. The one thing I do actually give him as props, he's a grandmaster at controversial marketing. He knows exactly what to do to get black Twitter, black Instagram, black everything. What's his name? On Instagram, I tried to save it. Malik from Morris State 07.
Yes.
Yeah, he put up a post today. And Black Outrage is the biggest marketing tool in the world. Biggest thing. He didn't say it in so many words. I'm gonna try and find the actual words he said.
Malik Steve. Yeah, Malik.
Yeah, he put it up, and I said, you know what? Where is it? I think I've got it here. Let me quickly find. There it goes. Black Outrage is a marketing tactic. That's it. That's what he put. And I said, you know what? He's hit it on the head. He's hit it on the head.
Wow.
Yeah. Salute to Malik.
Yeah, no, a big salute, because he when people use their words in the right way, because I'm a loose cannon, but when they put it in the right way, it hits. It hits. Even I had to sit there and go, you're right. Black Outrage is amazing. And if you could tap into that, then you've got millions of people saying your name negatively to then find out what you're doing.
What's going on? Yeah.
Positively, in that sense. So after the whole Sway is right, after 10 years of cussing out Sway, telling Sway don't have the answers, Sway, and Sway said, why don't you sell your own trainers for yourself and stop linking up with these other people? How many years later he's gone on interviews saying Sway was right, I should have done it myself. Big fallout with all these other different brands and Adidas and whatever else. And then how many weeks later he's in Fashion Week wearing that t-shirt?
Yeah.
Where?
So did you see the follow-up though? The tweet he put out about the Jewish community. Have you seen that?
No, who Kanye put this out?
I've heard about it.
I
but
think it was
don't know
yesterday.
what
It
consists
was either yesterday or the day before.
What was this
Basically,
now?
So he was off Twitter for how long? And his first tweet for like 2 years was like, basically like, what was he saying now? I'm about to go DEFCON 7 on the Jewish community. Like basically, look out, the tweets are coming.
Wow.
That's not a wise move.
And then he said, and you can't tell me I'm anti-Semitic because the Jews are the real blacks. The blacks are the real Jews.
Oh, he's just he's
I was going there.
I'm saying, if the first one, so basically he's gone for, like you said, the two main groups that are going to give you the most promotion, Black Twitter or Black Outrage and the Jewish community. That's like the
Yeah,
gone.
He's gone
That
for the
is
full
a-
pincer movement, innit? He's gone for
Yeah,
a
man.
pincer movement, man. Boy,
Yeah, man, that's a tsunami. That is.
Tsunami.
tsunami of fuckery.
Yeah, man. So already they're pulling out a lot of Jewish celebrities, like elders. So they pulled out Jamie Lee Curtis. She was on a talk show, crying her eyes out, saying it's abhorrent and he needs to feel the full force of the law. This is promoting like racial hatred, just basically gunning for him. Do you get me? And I was just like, what is it? What's the agenda here? Like, what is he really trying? And like you said, it's purposely prodding the lion, as it were. Do you get me?
Kanye, he actually craves white approval. And I think this is part of his thing to get back into that white approval thing after having his fallout with Kim Kardashian and all of that kind of foolishness. Kanye, and I strongly believe this, he needs people in his corner that will look out for his mental health. Now, his other issues that he has around doing the foolishness that he does, that's just him. But there are mental health things that need to be addressed, and nobody's really taking care of Kanye.
I think it's interesting that when you say that Grown Folks that he's trying to get back approval with white America or what have you, I think it was very interesting that he chose to go on Tucker Carlson's show on Fox News to explain himself. Now, Tucker Carlson and Fox as a network are very right-wing, let's say. They were like Trump's main media mouthpiece, and Tucker Carlson is like one of the poster boys for the Fox network. So I thought it was very interesting that of all the places for Kanye to go to explain this, he chose Tucker Carlson on Fox network. I'm trying to get that clip up right now as we speak, and it's giving me trouble. So
Sorry, he's got on there since wearing the t-shirts.
Yes, he's gone on there and explained why he wore it. Now, I can't get the clip up, but what he said, I've watched it, and what he said, Tucker asked him, why did you wear that top? And he said, the reason I wore a top with White Lives Matter on it is because it does. It's because they do. Facts.
That's not in dispute, is it?
Yeah, but
That's what he said.
We know that.
We know that. But that was the answer that he gave.
I mean, to be fair, this whole Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, it was all taken out of context. So when Black Lives Matter came out, it's very unfortunate that they used what they used, because if they would have just added another word to it, it would have been a whole different thing. And it wasn't that other lives didn't matter. It was a statement on Black Lives Matter too, or as well. And that's all it was. And so we know White Lives Matter. So Kanye, go ahead, man. Do one.
And I swear the original website had nothing to do with all of that. It was about like health or some form of disease or something like that. The actual BLM website, the official one that came out first. It was about kidney donation and stuff like that in the LGBTQ community saying that Black Lives Matter and everybody needs kidneys and this, that, and so forth. If you do your research, I think the website's still there. When I searched for it, it was there, and I've said, wait a minute, this has got nothing to do with anything to do with what people are marching for and everything else. But again, you know, when you do your research and you point your finger compared to the masses, you can't redirect everyone. Everyone's gone with it. Everyone just went with this. Put your fist up. Black Lives Matter. But you know what I mean. The website had nothing to do with it.
But the people that were running the charity, they were all behind what it was being used for. So it may have started out to be, you know, for health reasons, but they leaned into getting behind the other product. You know.
Yeah.
So what we're generally saying is that we think it's just it's mainly a what do you call it? Promotion stunt, but there are still some mental health issues.
I don't like. It is that, but I use that term mental health very, very carefully, very, very carefully, because it's another weapon and another buzzword that's easily used for people to get out of things. That they've planned and they've done or whatever, and then other people use it to defend them and make them sound okay, whatever, but
to justify something.
Exactly that.
And I think he knows that. That's why you can wear a t-shirt like that.
Exactly that.
Because they've labeled. Sorry, go on. Sorry, Butch.
No, go on. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, because he's been labelled with that in the past.
Yes.
It's almost like he's going to use that against him, like his get out of jail free card. So you want to tell me I'm crazy? You want to tell me I've got mental health issues? Watch what I do. And when you come for me, I'm going to use that same card that you've labelled me with. I'm going to lick you with that same card to say, oh, I was going through one of my episodes.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly
has he
what
ever
you can
admitted
do.
to going through an episode? I don't think he has he?
I think he
he
has
won't.
said, didn't he put himself in medical care before? There was a time where he actually admitted himself.
When he started all of that church thing and whatever else, I know there was a stint then when they did try and identify certain things, and certain rappers were going to see him or whatever, and was talking to him and everything else. But again, and I don't want to sound, you know, racist and this and that and whatever, but there's a thing, the controversy sells, and and please, grown folks, don't take this anyway, but the grand masters of controversy sells are the Americans. Yeah, the Americans know how to do. If you've ever worked with them, they know how to sell a story off the back of a story, off the back of something negative. They know it. It's like going Sunday dinner and eating rice and peas and just having. It's just normal food for them. They know how to do it. Seriously. So, but anyway, that's the reality. Yeah. And remember, we live in a reality and a social media world.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
So G-Force put a comment in earlier, or it might have been UK Web Boy, and said that his days are numbered. Now, that's the question I want to ask. Do you think he's beyond cancellation?
I don't think anyone's beyond cancellation, but I think what he's doing is, as if this conversation is on point, then what he's doing is being very, very smart, and what he's doing is actually working in his favor. You know, in the same way that many people half of America to try to cancel Trump, and for the other half of America, it just made them love him even more. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody's beyond cancelling as far as that culture goes. But I mean, I think if this doesn't cancel him, I don't know what will. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As long as he keeps putting out them ugly trainers, he's calm. Yeah, he's calm.
I mean, I think
you look at the theory about his trainers and his clothes and what he's done. I know for a fact he sat down there and go, I'm going to find the most ugliest, weirdest footwear and make it the most expensive, beautiful thing that millions of people are going to buy because of my name. And he done it. Please don't tell me any of his footwear are really, really beautiful. They're nice trainers. They're not. Those slippers are butt ugly. I'm sorry, they're ugly. And they're all £200-300. They're all £200-300 and millions, not hundreds of thousands, millions of people have bought them.
Yeah.
It's
So
Emperor's
what he's
New
gotta
Clothes,
do-
isn't it? Emperor's New Clothes kind of flex, isn't it?
Emperor's New Clothes thing. So, can they cancel him? Even if they did, give him a year, he'll be back.
That's what I thought. I thought, like, look what happened to Dave Chappelle when he dropped the closer. yeah, and they're set for him. That
Yeah,
the
yeah.
alphabet community is set for him.
Yeah.
But it didn't really impact him. He was like, I'm speaking my truth, and if you don't like it, press the mute button or don't watch it.
But he also had right on his side as well, because he actually called them out. He said, if you go back and watch
And listen to
any
what I'm
of what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I have never had a problem with this community. My issue has always been with white people. Go back and watch all of my shows.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
So what I'm saying is like, is Kanye sort of that big that he knows? Look, you can lock me off Twitter. I don't care. You can lock me off Insta. I don't care. It's not going to impact my reach. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm bigger than those platforms, because if he wanted to build a Twitter, he could build a Twitter. He's got enough money that he could say, you know what?
Yes.
Allow Twitter. I'm building whatever.
But also, he's aligning himself more with
Twitter.
white America than Black America.
Definitely.
You know, he's aligning himself firmly with white America.
Well, come on, look at all the statistics he's gathered of the people who have bought his shoes.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you put out a product, you know where it's being bought. You get the details, you get the data. Even if you want to, you can pay for it. You can find out what a certain store does and who buys it, and the race, color, creed, area, sex, age, blah blah blah. So come on, man, he ain't an idiot. He's never been an idiot in that sense.
Yeah.
He's been a facts, figures, calculated. Even listen to his music, the first couple albums, just the way that he put together that authentic old school crossover sound.
But
He's smart.
Do you think we're talking about? Do you think we are seeing Butch as you talk about his first two albums? Do you think this is the same Kanye?
That's not the same Kanye though.
What do you mean?
Kanye.
What do you
Not
mean?
by
Like,
a long shot.
you think that he's actually physically totally changed into a different person?
Well,
think
Diesel, what do you? Diesel was saying that he thinks he's not. What do you
Go on,
think?
Deez.
I don't know. In the early days, he was, for me personally, anyway. I saw him more. He was that genius type. You know what I mean? Not to say he's not now. He's kind of branched in a different direction, but the stuff that he's doing now is outlandish. In terms to the stuff he was doing previously was blatantly smart. Everyone could see that. You know what I mean? Now I don't know. I don't know what he's doing now, man.
The Diva speaks.
But that's exactly it. What Diva just said there,
Bang
because
on.
I
Agree,
think
Diva.
his mum was his balance.
Yeah.
Once that balance was gone,
He's gone.
And it's even
Yeah,
layers
yeah,
to
yeah.
that, because I
It's
think
pro-
he feels some guilt about her passing because he paid for the
he
operation.
paid for the surgery. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep.
I mean, there's even theories about the whole, that whole blood sacrifice theory, that he sacrificed his mom, and then that was when he really kind of
Oh,
took
for
off.
real? I never heard that before.
Yeah, man.
No, I didn't hear that one either.
It's been it's
What's
it's
that,
one of
T?
those conspiracy
Elaborate on that.
theories.
Yeah, so there's these conspiracy theories where it's like, they say for a celebrity to transition to the highest echelon of celebrities, there's got to be a sacrifice. And, they'll show like, this person sacrificed that person, and it's always got to be someone close to you.
When you say sacrifice, actually die sacrifice,
Yeah,
or
man.
like ditch them.
No, dead, blood sacrifice.
Oh right, so that's you're on that
Yeah,
level,
man.
right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. So
But
they're saying,
like I said 2 weeks ago about the Queen, mind when you talk.
I'm telling
But
you.
you don't want to disappear.
Yeah. Allegedly, allegedly, people believe these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know 4 YouTubers that have disappeared. Yeah, so just be careful.
So yeah, man, they're saying that he sacrificed his mom, and then after that, that's when all his brands blew up. His financial trajectory shot up.
Wow. Very interesting. Thanks to all the people in the chat as well who put in your. I've tried to throw up as many of your comments as I can, but it seems like everyone in the chat is pretty much in agreement with what they've been hearing so far.
Yeah. Does anyone feel any compassion for him in terms of if it is a mental health issue, if it is, he's grieving and he's going through this, because of the type of behaviour he's displaying, I find it hard to have compassion for him. But how do other people feel?
I don't.
There's help available for him if he wanted it. So, you have to kind of look at it like that. And if you're that big a celebrity, you have enough people around you, somebody should care enough about him to say, look, man, let's go take a ride, have a chat,
That's if
and
you've got
then
people around
give
you
him
that
some home
care.
truths. Man, you need to go get some help because I'm worried about you.
But you
Well,
need to have
this is
good
the thing.
people around you that's going to do that.
What you say, Diesel?
Yeah.
I'm saying you need to have those good people around you that's going to do that, and I don't think he does. I think the one person he had that looked out for him was his mum. That was it.
Yeah.
That's why everything's gone haywire since.
Yeah, I think when you get to that sort of level of fame, you're like sort of your Michael Jacksons, your Eddie Murphys, your Kanye West kind of level of fame. If you haven't got your day ones or someone like your mom, like a strong personality there to keep you on the straight and narrow, people are just going to tell you all sorts of shit, man. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to listen. Yeah. Everyone's going to tell you your shit don't stink.
They're going to tell you exactly what
it.
you want to hear.
What you want to hear, mate.
And I think in the past he's pushed away people that would tell him the truth because he's so polarizing. Like, and you can see it in the Sway interview. You can see it there. You can, if you watch the Genius episodes, you can see it in there. There's times where he's like, "I am who I am. You can't tell me nothing." Do you get what I'm saying? So you could imagine
why
people have tried to come alongside and say, "Yo, bro." I mean, I don't think anyone is beyond being checked. You know what I mean? If I started acting a certain way, I would expect someone close enough to me to say, "Yo, come on, bro." Like,
but the thing is, whether or not that is one thing, friction. The other part of it is, so there is the thing that we're all saying about having the right people around you, but then for that to work, you have to be open to receiving the check-in that people are telling you. Because if your attitude is going to be, I'm just going to be wrong and strong, or I'm right and everybody else is wrong, then it's going to fall on deaf ears, you know? And so that...
And then you're going to sack those guys off as well, push those guys away.
And that's what I'm saying, he's kind of pushed them away. Those that would come alongside him and tell him the truth, he's pushed them away. I mean, look how he spoke about Talib Kweli when he was on Drink Champs. He spoke about him very disrespectfully. And if you look, he was a person who was very... he opened doors for him. He brought him on his first tour. He put him on stage. He put him on records. Do you get what I'm saying? And he's now going to make mockery of him.
Well,
on the biggest podcast platform out.
And Talib Kweli came after him as well after this little stunt. In fact, it was Kweli's. Shout out to Talib Kweli. It was his Twitter account. I think I saw the most deaf pictures posted first. So he clearly wasn't happy about that. Diddy posted a direct video, came for him as well, and went on the Breakfast Club, I think, and spoke about it as well. But he posted a personal video gunning for him as well, saying, "Listen, I don't really do this, but for this, I have to come out and say, no, this is not the
Little
one."
Boozy, so much people have. Everyone, rappers, everyone's gone for it.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
I still say he knows what he's doing.
Well, we'll see we'll see how it works, how it plays out, whether or not he is gonna, continue to bounce back and ascend, or whether this really will be the end of him, whether this will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Now, you think he's gonna come back?
I think especially like with the rappers, half of them, they'll be going to him next year to get a beat of him again.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying about he's beyond cancelling, because if he's that big, he can do some madness like this, and then when it comes to do Donda 2 or Donda 3, whatever he's working on, if he reaches out to say, "Yo, I want you to feature on my album," it's going to be very, very difficult for someone to say to Kanye, "Nah," because he holds that much weight and that much
Or
power.
even on the other side, if they don't want to play with his music, he could turn around and say, "Well, I've got these new version 5s of this sneaker, that sneaker. I need models. I need people to support it. Blah, 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 blah." And the next generation are going to lap him up. They're going to be in it. They don't care about what we think about. They're like, "That's the new Yeezys. I'm in." That's it. Done. So, and now that he's doing it independently by himself and whatever, people, he's going to, want those type of relationships with certain artists and certain figures and certain, influencers. Hate that word. But you know what I mean? It's going to
I'm interested to get the... Sorry, Tech, go on.
No, I just think... I kind of think that he sees himself no longer as like a musician or an MC, rapper, beat maker, whatever. He sees himself as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So he sees himself as an artist like sort of, not traditionally, but like the contemporary artists want to shock and surprise people. Like Doodoo made a painting and it was painting of shit. Do you know what I mean? He used his own Doodoo and did a painting and sold it for how much dollars? Do you know what I mean? Foolishness like that, or a stack of bricks.
It's funny you It's funny
You
you
know what I
say
mean?
that because that Tucker Carlson interview, when he responded to this and tried to explain his thinking behind this, the first words out of his mouth was, "I am an artist." That's the first thing he said was, "I am an artist." Yeah, first words out of his mouth.
So therefore, he wants to shock. He wants to shock and make people think, be thought provoking, make people stop and like random people in the street who wouldn't even think about talking about hip hop will be talking about him having that T-shirt on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That T-shirt that cost him $10 to make the 2 has got unlimited publicity. It's got us talking about it here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's,
All
it's,
right, so
it's very just like Butch says, man. It is like if you think about it, on a marketing level, if that really is his ploy, bravo, man, because that's just something different.
We'll see-
Absolute genius.
We'll see how it works in
Different levels,
terms of the numbers, because for myself, and I think for most people in my circles, that would do the opposite. It would just turns me right off, to be honest. It makes me go in the opposite direction. You know?
Put it this way though, the music that he's making, would he listen to it anyway?
No, I don't.
what he's making
I stopped listening to Kanye.
Making now the stuff.
Years-
If you
no.
listen to that, I was like, I don't know what the hell that is. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I won't be
Yeah,
buying
that
So
Twisted
he's not
Dark
making it for
Fantasy
us.
album. That's the last thing I did. Just about listened to it. He lost me
College
then.
dropout, mate.
Was it
So-
808 and Heartbreak or something like that?
Yeah,
That was the last one I listened to.
that was the last thing I haven't heard Donda. I haven't heard none of it.
I left him before that.
Yeah,
But I'm
I left
interested
myself
to
first 2 or 3.
ask the people in the chat. All right, so let's just wrap this up by asking the people in the chat. Do you think the Kanye has won or he's done? Just one word in the chat. He's won or he's done. What do you think? People in the chat, do you think he's going to, come through this with flying colors and he's going to continue to ascend, or do you think he's finished? Let us know in the chat what you think. UK Web Boy says he's done. Dusty.
Done and dusty.
Maybe that's with done and dusted or done and dusty.
Dusty.
Yeah.
Not even dusty. Dusty.
Not even dusty.
Present
dusty.
tense. Present tense, mate.
Matt Trini says she left him back in the 80s.
Wow. I'm like a Marty McFly thing.
Not even the 90s, the 80s. And Divas with Matt Trini as well. Matt Trini says he will continue for now. I think that's the general feeling that he will continue
beats
for
though,
now.
man. All Kanye's beats, man. Sure.
People
That's
have
the
short
frustrating.
So again,
And
while
that's
the
one of the
people are
things.
responding, so today I was going through, I was organising my crates, and there was a couple Kanye's in, and I was like, so if I play this now, am I gonna get the R. Kelly response?
Well, this
You
is
get
an
me?
important,
No, you
yeah,
won't.
this is an interesting
You won't.
point.
You won't.
It's got to be considered though. Like
won't.
if I played a set tomorrow
Yeah.
and was dropping a couple Kanye's in there, like
You'll be
you get me?
fine.
Yeah.
You don't think I get sideways?
Wait.
It's fine.
I don't know, man. I think that's a risk. That's a risk.
I was looking at the
Okay,
track
so-
sideways as I was going through. I was like, rah. Like, I had to stop for a second and think.
Yeah,
rah.
that's us being mindful of what's going on inside the place. If you're in a club bar situation, 21 to 30-year-olds, a good Kanye track comes on, they are not giving two flying monkey shits about anything to do with the news.
Wow.
It's my favorite Kanye tune.
Yep.
It's not
I'm
even-
raving.
Yeah.
But
Full
is
stop.
it just about the response friction, or is it also about your own conscience and your
It was me.
own integrity?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it
was
was
me.
you.
The same way,
Yeah.
the same conversation we had about R. Kelly, and I had to think
Yeah.
and say, rah, for real,
Yeah.
though. Like, it's
Hold
not
on,
a light
guys.
thing. If I play that, it's almost like,
You're endorsing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
That's
to think
fair.
about what people will
Yeah.
get mad about. Yeah?
Yeah.
So people will get mad about sexual abuse. People will get mad about religion. But how many people are going to get mad about this controversy of race? So his controversy is not something that everybody will get behind. A lot of people don't give a damn. So black people are offended. Yeah, whatever. Rewind the tune.
Yeah,
They don't
it'll
give a
be-
shit.
Yeah. It'd be
And
interesting
then
to
also
see.
as well, depending on, remember what country we're in. Yes, we all see it as multicultural, but there is a majority. So let's put that into facts. And
Yeah.
if you're in a building that has a majority of people that he put a T-shirt on saying that their lives matter as well, do you really think that anyone's going to really be upset?
I tell you what,
Let's keep it factual.
As a DJ,
Let's keep it 2,000.
as a DJ, one of my streams last week, I don't remember which one it was. I think I played a Kanye track. And this was before this White Lives Matter t-shirt thing had happened. And even when I played that, and this is on my live stream, there's no club, there's no public set apart from the people on the stream. And when I played it, I must admit, I felt a little bit uncomfortable. I played Get 'Em High, right? Mm. And I love that tune. I love that tough piece of tune. And I played it. And even then I was like, because I'm thinking the whole Trump thing. But anyway, I'm like, okay, tough tune, let me just run it. And now this. And it's like, for me, I'm thinking, how far is this guy going to continue to go before he gets the R. Kelly treatment from me, before he gets the Candy Starship treatment from him? And I just say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And it's not so much about everybody else, it's my conscience.
Same, yeah.
You understand?
And that's what I felt today. As I was going through the crates, I was like, right now, I can't endorse this brother. As much as I love that tune, I can't play this. Not even I don't want to hear it myself because I align Kanye with that now. Like right now, that's what he's representing. So if I play that in this current time, I'm saying, I stand with Kanye. That's how I feel internally now. Obviously, that's not the truth, but that's how I feel.
I don't think it's connected. I don't think it's connected.
It's not,
but I know it's a personal thing. Hold on, it is a personal thing, and I do respect that. But I would like the same respect saying it's not connected. Because he's very, very smart at doing that in the sense of his music is his music, his whack trainers are his whack trainers, and you know what I mean, his social medias are his social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, they all fall underneath his name, which is Kanye and Ye and Weezy and Easy and whatever else he wants to call himself. But you know what I mean? I understand. So yes, the moral does, as you say, fall back on yourself. But I don't think anyone else is thinking about it like that. The consumers, the people who are not into it like that, they're just thinking Saturday night out, give me a beer, I want to dance. Oh, that's my favorite song. Done. That's it.
Like you said, you used a term earlier about influencers. We're all influencers in our own little way.
That's
See what I'm
right.
saying? You got your little circle, you got your following, you got your community. If I play it, I'm saying to my community, it's cool, man. Like, it's not a big deal. Yeah, man, we support Kanye.
Yeah, because you just play music. You're right. That's what they're thinking.
Yeah,
they ain't taking on board.
But we're the
rest of
ones
it.
we have to take a stance and say, "Nah, I'm not running that."
He who knows better does better.
Exactly. And I might not broadcast
but
and
they're
say,
not
"Yeah,
thinking
this
that. That's
evening
what
we're
I'm
not playing
saying.
no yay because of X, Y, and Z." I'm just not going to play it. So it's out of their
That's it.
Mind.
And they're not bothered that you're not playing it. They'll dance to the next tune.
I'll see.
Yeah.
They dance to the next song.
But I think because I want to kind of wrap this up. We've still got other stuff we want to talk about. But I think there is two definite strands to this. So there is what Bush is saying is correct, that I think for general John public, they're not going to give it to us. Certainly the music industry is not going to give it to us because we're not the ones owning or running the music industry. But I think on the flip side of that, the flip side of that coin has nothing to do with what John Public thinks. It's how am I going to feel? How am I going to sleep tonight? Knowing that I am pushing that. I know what this guy is pushing, and am I going to align myself with that? You know what I mean? So I think those are the two kind of tangents to this argument that each one of us, especially as DJs, are going to have to, wrestle with and decide for ourselves. You know what I mean? The same way that we did with the R. Kelly music, or the same way we did with the N-word salads in the and all of that. It's just ongoing kind of in a debate that we all have to continue to have. You know what I mean? Let's move on.
Can I say one more thing?
Go on.
Is it really considered in the same sort of breath as R. Kelly? Because with some of R. Kelly's songs, not all, but with some of R. Kelly's songs, you could directly correlate what he's talking about with the crimes that he committed.
I don't
As
think...
in, Kanye made some heavy tunes, his first couple of albums, and then it just went off, and then it sort of metamorphosized into this other thing. You know what I mean? So, can you really... Are the two things the same?
Connected.
I don't think they're the same.
I don't think they're the same.
They're not the same. They're not the same. And I wasn't really trying to say that they were, but I was trying to say the principle of having to make that decision about what I will and won't play on moral grounds, not what's popular in the club. On my own personal integrity, my own personal moral grounds. Am I going to play this or am I not going to play this? That was the thing with the R. Kelly thing. Not that the crimes were the same. It was that conflict. Am I going to play this or not, based on moral grounds? You know what I mean?
Sounds like a
To
perfect
me,
segue
they're
to
not
me.
the same. They're not the same, but we have to take it for what it is. Now, if we look at it in isolation, yeah, the T-shirt's a T-shirt, but he's gone back years ago and said slavery was a choice. He also said that Harriet Tubman didn't free any slaves.
Yeah, all of this.
This is not something brand new for this dude. He's already kicked us in our teeth to make us look like we're stupid.
Yeah.
So the T-shirt
Slavery was a
that
choice,
ain't-
you know.
That ain't, yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, at what point, man? Anyway, let's move on, because we're going to talk about this dude all night, and I don't want to distress Butch Cassidy anymore by talking this any longer than we have to, because I know he didn't want to talk about this dude. Anyway,
It's fine.
all right. Segue.
Can we big up the people in the chat room for getting involved for a sec?
Most def.
and everything? Yeah.
Most def.
Thank you for getting involved, man. It was lovely.
You see,
if I-
Wiley Cat's put up a good point, you know, saying
What's
many artists are bad, like Cure, but we still listen.
True that.
It's true.
True that.
Je-
True that.
I mean,
True that. I think it's that, and again, it's the, maybe this is a thing for another whole episode about, and I think we can't, this is kind of like another R. Kelly trail through this, is whether or not you can or you do separate the artist from the artistry. You understand? The person from
the
their
art.
music. Yes, from the art, you know? And I think this is going to be an ongoing conversation that we're going to continue to have on this show, for real. But big up to Wiley Cat for that. And as Butch said, thank you
I
to
definitely.
everyone.
I think that definitely needs to be a subject, because my brain wasn't thinking when we were having Mr. Robert Kelly's conversation, because there's a lot of stuff that MJ did go on with, and when you really think about it, they made their documentary about, was it Escaping Thingy Land? Was it called? What's the land?
Neverland.
Hear the words: Escaping Neverland. But we will still play Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. We will still play all bad and this and that and everything else. Calm. It's calm. It's
Matt
calm.
Trini, you're right, you know, because this is a whole
It's a
rabbit
rabbit
hole.
hole.
This is a whole rabbit hole right
It
now.
is.
We need
Let's
to-
go.
we need
Next
to-
subject.
We need to create and maintain a blacklist, an artist blacklist.
Oh no, you can't. You can't. You can't. Leave me alone. Leave my
We can
playlist
we
alone,
can
man.
debate it. You got your playlist and you got your blacklist.
All right, changing the subject completely. Another one that's been in the news quite a lot since last week was the fight. Well, since the weekend, really, the fight was meant to have happened between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. The fight is off. It has been postponed because Conor Benn, on the left of your screen with all the tats on, he failed a drug test. All right, I think it was like 24 or 48 hours before the fight. He failed a drug test. Was it less than that?
More than that.
Oh, more than that. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we're in the run-up.
The
to, I think it was like
results were
Thursday.
left. The results.
Thursday.
were
Oh yes,
released.
you're right. You're right. Yes, you're right. The test was done long before that, but the results came out, I think, like on Thursday before the fight. Thank you for the correction, Butch. So fight is off. I don't know if we're any big fight fans on here, but how are we feeling about this? And I'm interested to know whether or not people think. I'm interested to know whether people think he's cheating or whether this was an honest mistake. First of all, and then I want to talk about whether or not you think who would have won the fight. But for now, do you think this is an innocent mistake or there's something dodgy going on here?
So what
Diesel.
was he?
I think it's an innocent
found-
mistake.
What was he found
Because
positive in?
wasn't it?
Testosterone.
Or was
No,
it?
but it was actually
just takes
something that
testosterone?
females take, though, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was-
I heard it was a.
It says
was-
here, it returned a trace amount of fertility drug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trace amounts of a fertility drug.
Some of the memes I've seen
Testosterone.
So what
flying
does that
around.
mean?
So how does that help? How is that a performance enhancing thing?
It's
Well,
not
if
a
it-
performance enhancing. It's like what's the word? Hormone enhancing.
It depends on which drug it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if it was something like testosterone, that is going to be performance enhancing.
yeah,
If it was something it depends on what the drug was. Fertility treatment drug is quite vague.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's not being specific about what it was.
Yeah.
And
this is the risk.
And exactly why people are like,
Yeah.
what's
So it would have to be a banned substance, wouldn't it?
Well, if it was a banned substance, this is what they're
it's
saying. It would have been him being banned from boxing and him getting thingy, but they're not done that.
Yeah.
That's why it's something not as light and not as heavy as a banned substance, but something that could postpone the fight.
Yeah.
Like when I was chatting to my friend, my friend just turned around and said, "Did they sell enough tickets?" I was like, "Is it that angle? Is
Well, I heard
that
it was
what
sold
one?"
out. I heard it was sold out. At,
that would have sold.
Yeah, it was a big fight. It was
yeah.
big. It was big.
Yeah.
It was big.
So maybe
And there's always that argument. I squashed it as well. I said, "Come on, man! People across the world were like flying in, like it was mad." But yeah,
Chris
my
Eubank's not that good a fighter though. I wouldn't have. I
Who?
don't think Chris Eubank.
It's not even that he was a good. Whether he's good, it's
the-
about the rivalry between
it's
the
the legacy,
fathers.
that's it.
The rivalry between the fathers. Shout out to Lady Uzo. Good evening, Lady Uzo. Forgot to hail you up earlier on. She's said that if it was a fertility drug, it would be progesterone or estrogen.
estrogen.
Good point.
Oh
Good
yeah,
point, good
tell a
point,
lie.
good
It might
point.
be estrogen.
Good point. Good point.
But I
It
don't
might
see
be
how.
estrogen.
What were they saying that it was elevated levels in his bloodstream? So they thought. So they called
Trace
bullshit on
amounts.
it?
trace
Trace
amounts
amounts of it.
insane.
Trace amounts. So in other words, like let's say your fight camp's 12 weeks, but you know that your fight camp's 12 weeks away. You might try a sneaky thing on week 12 and week 11. And let
then
it try
try to get
and
out your
kick
body
in,
by the time you
and
get
then
in.
try and think that it's out your body by the time you get to the last phase of testing.
But
See,
so
this is an
you
interesting
think-
point. Lady Uzo's just put up on screen. Go on, Diesel. Sorry, before we go to Lady Uzo's point.
No, go ahead. It's cool.
Soya.
She's just put an interesting point up on it's on screen now. If he was eating soya products, they would have estrogen in it. So that could be a way that you might
that's
fail.
why I don't
Maybe
eat
that's why it was a
soya.
trace. Maybe that's why.
That's interesting.
And it says it
Sometime-
was
I mean-
from August. It was from a test in August.
Yes, that's what I was saying. It was way
back
before.
then?
It's
This is
possible
what I'm
we could
saying.
have
So
taken.
you do the maths. Exactly what I was saying 12 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You do the maths.
There's just more to this story then.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it's possible he could have taken something else that contained, you know what I mean? Not intentionally taken something that had that in it, but he could have taken, paracetamol's not just paracetamol, is it? It's compiled of 3 or 4 different things, for example. So he could have taken something that had elements of that in it. I don't know.
Clomiphene.
Clomiphene. What is
That's
that?
the next thing. Is Mia
Look at that,
asking?
Frick. What is that? Clomiphene.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that before.
It's the same thing they banned John Jones from the UFC for. The same drug.
Really?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Very
So
interesting.
the dynamic between the two fighters was that Eubank was obviously the bigger fighter. Conor Benn was coming up a weight. Eubank was trying to come down a weight.
Yeah.
That's right.
So does this drug have anything to do with building muscle and enhancing strength
So
or
it
whatever
says,
it must be?
yeah. So it says it's used as a fertility treatment. Basically, it enhances estrogen, but in men it also increases testosterone when it's taken
there it
daily.
is.
That's it.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is. That's the problem.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
And
Side effect
testosterone
of
is a primary anabolic steroid in males, which plays a key role in putting on muscle and size.
But
That's what I was
wouldn't they
saying.
test him again before the fight, closer to the fight, instead of pulling this out of the bag from something in August? That's just
Well, this is why everyone was saying why Chris Eubank Sr. was very quiet throughout the whole of the campaign. Because remember when results are shared, you have to share it with the other camp. So at the end of the day, everyone's kind of, this is the conspiracy theory. He didn't want none of it because he knew this was going on. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was calling for a boycott. He was calling for the fight to be
boycott of the fight and everything else because I think he knew the results. I think he knew what he was going on with.
But the reason
and
that
didn't
he
want nothing
gave
to do with it.
publicly, for this is Chris Eubank Sr. now. The reason that he gave publicly for calling for the boycott of the fight is because he said he was concerned about the risk to Chris Eubank Jr. because he was coming down in so much weight, and he was saying that he was going to be unsafe and unhealthy for him to do that. He was saying this is how fighters get injured and
He'll be
what.
fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. It's not that much drastically. That was part of the market employee when he was talking about he's 60% and.
No, I'm talking about that was Chris Eubank Jr., but I'm talking about Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank Sr. He's got a wise head when it comes to boxing. So when he's talking about the risk and boxers getting brain hemorrhages and stuff like that because they're messing with their weight and stuff like that, I'm inclined to think that there might be some. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
That's real talk.
Right, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
right.
like when boxers lose weight, they're losing water weight, right? So they're going sauna or whatever, going sauna suits. What that does is obviously it drains your body of fluid, but it removes this thing called CSF, cerebral spinal fluid, which is it's like a water shock absorber that's around your brain and around your spine. So when you take away that water, then the brain's rattling around your head when you get licked. Do you know what I mean? So it removes that buffer.
And there was a big issue was the rehydration clause, in the contract. Yeah. So even after the fight, he couldn't rehydrate himself for a certain period. He had to stay dehydrated for a certain period, even after the fight. You know, he had to maintain the weight for a period after the fight as well.
Yeah,
So
to prove that it's a true weight, not just given to them.
Yeah.
So if any other testing afterwards will prove that he did actually lose the weight.
Which I think he was foolish to agree to that. That was foolishness.
Why?
Why was he foolish to agree
That's
to
not
it?
healthy for him, man.
Yeah.
So you imagine
healthy.
he's gonna come down how much in weight, you know? He's gonna
It was
he's gonna dehydrate himself.
He's 162 and he had to drop to 157.
So that's how many pounds?
It's only a couple pounds.
5.
I would say a couple pounds.
yeah, but for a fighter, that's a big deal.
He's
for a
shredded,
fighter.
you know. That's
A couple
that's
pounds. It's not like he's got
yeah.
excess weight on him.
Yeah, it's true.
So what I'm saying is
Yeah,
he's got to dehydrate himself to get to that weight, get on the scales, hit weights. Now usually what a fighter would do, as soon as he's hit that weight, boom, gone, rehydration, fruit, water, get back to a healthy condition. He's not trying to put weight on, he's just trying to get back to a healthy, normal functioning condition because he's trained himself down. They're saying you can't even get back to a normal, healthy condition. You got to remain dehydrated and fight another man. It was
10 rounds.
it was foolish to agree to that.
Yeah, that's compromising yourself, man.
And I didn't even think about what he said, what Tex said about the body of water around the brain. How much more risk when you're taking blows to the head?
Risks. Big risk. There's a big movement about like the whole sort of the weighing in system. I think in America there's a big thing about like wrestlers that do it. You know what I mean? Where they like just drop mad weight. They try to get like the lowest weight possible when they're competing. Do you know what I mean? But at least they're not getting blows to the head. In boxing, your primary target is lick a man in his head, innit?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So and then man are losing weight over in is it the One Championship over in Asia? What they do, they weigh in on the day, right? So they weigh in on the weigh in. Is it on the day? Yeah, the weigh in on the day, so you can't rehydrate. Do you know what I mean? And so therefore, there's no chance of recover. So you've just got to get to that weight. Do you know what I mean? So people enter their proper weight. You know what I mean? They're more
sense.
sort of prepared for it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But you see in UFC, some man, you can see where some guys just like shredded off and lost like 14 pounds or something in water. I've seen on the Ultimate Fighter where man's lost 2 stone in the sauna, you know, stuff.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's unhealthy.
Do you know what I mean? It's come out like
unhealthy
it's
at
like skeletal, man. It's like
Pure cheekbones, isn't it?
Skeletal.
literally, you know, the eyes are sunken.
Yeah. Who was that guy?
Look at
what's his name? Gamebread's George.
Masvidal.
There was somebody
6
just in the
days. He lost
paper
about a stone in
that
6
picked
days.
What?
Yeah.
There was something in the paper that had picked up like a stone or something a day or so after his fight.
Yo,
This was
everyone's
just
getting
recent.
every week someone's getting on max headroom.
grown folks?
That's grown folks now, man.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, man.
No, you're good again. I think you're good again.
Me.
I think you're good again. I think you're good. I think you're good for now. You're good.
Start from picked up a stone. What
Yeah,
did you
say that
say?
again, please, Conrad.
There was somebody in the paper this week, a fighter that had picked up a stone after their fight.
Oh wow. Okay.
To lick somebody with, or he put a stone on.
Yeah,
You put a stone on.
Oh,
put a stone on.
Yeah, man.
Probably just
Yeah, man.
rehydrating.
Yeah, man.
So who?
Richard,
So
I've seen fighters. When we used to train Thai boxing. I've seen guys go in the sauna, lose the weight, get to weight. As soon as they make weight they're drinking. Brethren of mine, right? He went to Nando's. He had 2 whole chickens, right? And he brought Easter eggs with him. I've never seen anybody eat so much in my life.
Wow. And this is
Never
preparing
seen
to go
anyone-
in the ring in a few days. Like,
He's gonna go in the ring the next day.
Wow.
My man
So
had
hold
2
on.
chicken.
So you make the weight, and then, so when he goes in the ring, he's totally above the weight.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
yeah,
all you got
yeah.
is make weight.
When-
That's what I'm saying.
He's got to make weight.
Once you
and
make
then
weight, you can
rehydrates
go
back up.
in.
Yeah,
2
he's like a
stone
different
heavier.
man the next day.
Wow.
The next day, he's a next man. He's like a
Wow.
whole
That don't
man.
make no sense.
And that's what the issue is.
That's why it
Yeah.
makes more sense getting weighed on the day.
On the
like you were
day?
saying.
On the
That's
day,
it.
yeah.
But
That's
you
why
can,
the
you
one
can
championship do
rehydrate
that.
to a healthy condition, but you
Yeah,
can't put the
yeah.
weight back on to have the weight
yeah,
advantage.
yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
So people come in like a stone heavier. That's nothing.
Wow.
That's pretty standard, mate. They'll hydrate bad, man.
I
That's
had
what
no
you see
idea.
at UFC where
I
a guy
thought once you
looks
had
like a
the weight-
completely different.
I thought you had to stay. I thought you had to
That's
stay
what I
at
thought.
that weight.
I thought it was a stay at that weight for the whole fight, and then
Me
you get
too.
you even get tested and weighed afterwards. You know what I mean, to make sure that you know what I mean, no dodgy business is going on.
Right.
That's not routine. They
Wow.
know they're going to cut to get to the fight, get weight. They weigh within, I think it's plus or minus 1 pound or something like that. And then
Wow.
you good
Once
to
they-
go. As soon
once
as they
they
pop
hit
the
that
scales, you see
scale,
them
Wow.
KFC.
You can't boy. Not even
Not even a
not even
patty.
the patty.
You have to leave the back end. You have to leave it.
Not even
But
the back end.
I'm just, as I said, I'm just a tiny bit suspicious of the 12-week thing when it happened. Senior going quiet.
Yeah.
The release, waiting until 2 days before to actually announce it.
And they said,
just
they said
something-
everyone's been refunded. They said everyone's got tickets will be refunded, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you try and get a refund out to Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying?
Yo,
You ain't
I waited
getting no
2 years to
refunds.
get to Jezza.
So how come
You know what I mean?
all of a sudden now, boom, you're just refunding everyone?
I was
Yeah,
surprised
this
when Frank Frank
Hearn.
Warren, Eddie Hearn, sorry, not Frank Warren,
Eddie
Eddie
Hearn.
Hearn said that at the when they gave a press conference, and he said tickets will be refunded. I was surprised he didn't just say they'll be like
rolled over.
yes to the next event.
yeah.
He
Because
went straight to refund.
I think now nobody wants to have a bar of Benn now, innit? It's tainting his name.
I'm
Well,
still
I-
surprised it sold out, to be fair.
No, I'm not surprised because I tell you what, Conrad. I mean, maybe
fight,
I don't know when it was you came to the UK, but when those fights, you must have heard about those fights between.
I saw
This is
those
just
fights.
an extension
Right.
of those fights.
It's
that was
a
them.
legacy thing.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
were the guys.
Good
But
point.
I've seen Eubank fight, and I wasn't impressed. So, nah.
Yeah, G-Force just made a hit nail on the head. Bang on.
that?
There we go. Bump up the price of the new fight, new tickets. Because
Yeah.
I think they maybe underestimated the interest in this fight,
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
I'm a boxing fan. I watch boxing, yeah? We had plans in our household. My wife was going to go out. Her and her friends were going to come after they went out, and we was all going to link up and go and watch the fight together. To get me now, obviously my wife, she's into boxing and that, but not like to the point where it's like it's part of the planned schedule for the evening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And across the board, people have bought into, like you said, the hype, the legacy, you know what I mean, the history behind it. People have bought into that, and I think they underestimated how much interest there was going to be. So you imagine now, if a ticket was 150, they know refund all that. We can sell them for 350 standard ticket.
I think that's a massive point. Even all the
That's a good
people
point,
who
man.
paid for it, pay-per-view and stuff like that, did they get
Yeah.
their money back? Who knows?
They must
Good
have.
point. Good point.
Must
Good
have.
point. Very good point,
And
G-Force.
that was it as well.
Sky's
It
taking
was
up
on
Ross.
some Degay TV. What days in? What
Dazzn,
the zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the zone?
It's true.
What's that?
Sky
They
probably
host
says,
a
you know
lot-
what?
they host a
We're
lot of
interested.
things.
Or whoever it is.
Exactly.
Maybe you're right. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sky have said, yeah, come over here and we'll sort you out more than that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Good point.
That's
good
really
point.
interesting. I never thought of that. That's true.
And then
you know
I
what?
bet you
Get
£10.
more bags.
I bet you £10. If everything you lot are saying is true in the hypothetical, if they move venue to a stadium or something like that, that's going to prove that it is right.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I can't see this fight coming back and not being in an arena or a stadium.
Wembley.
I can't see it happening.
Like Wembley
Really,
or Cardiff
yeah.
or something. Innit?
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
Where
Something.
was it? Where
With a
was
bigger
it?
undercard as well.
O2 Arena in one of the arenas, like the concert hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They probably have a bigger undercard as well. They're gonna rinse it, man.
Yeah. For
They're gonna
real.
rinse it.
Patties. Free platter and patties, you know.
But I want to see that
Greater
Clarissa
Patties winner.
Shields fight, though. I want to see that fight.
Oh yeah.
Which fight?
Yes.
Clarissa Shields.
Oh, yeah, 'cause that one got postponed as well, didn't it?
Yeah,
The
it
funeral. Yeah, I think Clarissa Shields is
Marshall.
gonna batter her.
I hope
She's
she
gonna
I think
does.
so. I don't think it's
I
gonna
wanna
be
see.
easy.
batter her.
I wanted to.
I don't think
I
it's
think
gonna
it's
be
easy, though.
easy.
She's two-faced.
My girl's long.
Beaten.
My girl's
I-
long.
Clarissa does. I feel like Clarissa does need taking down a peg, but I think she can. She does back up her talk.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
does. She's got how many? 4, 5 belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She backs up her talk, man, and I think
Yeah.
she's gonna.
It's not an easy fight, though,
batter my
man.
girl.
That's not an easy fight.
Yeah,
man.
it's not gonna be an easy fight. That's the
Okay,
one
easy fight,
thing
man.
Who do you
that I
think's gonna-
don't.
My God.
Hold on, before we come on to that fight, let's just
Yeah.
clear up. Let's just clear up Conor, Ben, and Eubank. Who do you think is going to win that fight?
Or would have won.
Well, I think let's say will, because I can't see this fight not happening. Like we've all said, there's too much interest in this fight. This fight is going to happen. So who do you think is or would? Who do you think is going to win the fight?
Under 4 rounds. Under 4 rounds, Ben. Over 4 rounds, Eubank.
Okay. Friction?
My boxing head is saying Eubank. However, I think Ben could take him. You know,
I think so
with
too.
a big overhand,
I think so too.
big early as well. Like a big overhand. He's a beast, man. He's vicious.
But Ben is quite a considerable amount smaller than Eubank,
yeah,
isn't he?
yeah.
Well,
But he's-
head to shoulders like thing. It's like, yeah, it's that difference. His head is near his his shoulders. So
When you compare the two fighting styles, when you look at Ben's fights, you can go on YouTube and watch like 4 of Ben's fights and 4 of Eubank's fights. Eubank is more of a clinical boxer, like his dad was.
He's like his
Ben
dad. Yes.
is
Yes.
an assassin.
very clinical.
Yeah.
He's an
Yeah.
assassin. Like
Ben is a warmonger.
Yeah, man.
And I think-
He will knock you out and stand over you, and the ref has to hold him off.
And this
Who
is
are we
kind of
talking
like
about? Eubank?
Ben.
no Ben,
Ben.
Conor.
Ben's an
Ben.
assassin, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I think that-
Eubank's lost to some people he shouldn't have lost to. Man.
That's what
Yes.
I'm saying. He was
Yes.
not impressive.
Yes.
I
Yes.
go with Ben.
Yeah. So Grown Force is going with Ben, Diesel, and Friction. Are you saying Ben?
I'm saying Ben.
I
Diesel?
think, yeah, I think Ben. I do like Eubank, but I think Ben can
Yeah.
take this one.
Okay. Tech, what are you saying?
I think Eubank.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
Eubank.
torn, man.
I
torn.
think.
That's why I said
think
what I
this-
said. I can't
Yeah,
call
I
it.
think if he weathers the
Can't call
storm,
it.
a decent big guy will beat a smaller guy every time in boxing. Do you know what I mean? There's not enough
Not
tools.
not
He's a smart
necessarily.
boxer. Yeah, Eubank's a smart boxer.
Necessarily.
This is how.
I'm not
necessarily.
saying.
This is
genuinely,
this
not
is why I'm saying if it goes under 4-5 rounds, I'll give it to the viciousness and the brutal power of Ben. But if Eubank holds those licks, yeah, and boxes like his dad or his version of it, we've all seen, and you know what the Eubank name is. He can go the rounds and out jab him and score him and win on points and just
I
hold the
tell you
licks.
what.
The reason why I
think-
say what I say is the size difference, height difference will mean a reach difference.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about SpongeBob?
Oh my God! You look when you talk about reach difference. Mike Tyson had one of the shortest reach difference.
yeah, I was
Look
just
how
about
much
to say.
man he knocked out.
That's
Look how
the
much
thing,
man
though,
he
man.
knocked
How you
out for
fight.
fun. For
That's a
fun.
different thing, man.
No, it's not a different
It's
thing,
not,
man.
it's not.
It's not. It's
He-
not. It's
He
not.
was
It's
on.
not.
He was on a Sun Tzu thing, man. People had already lost when he was going in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
It's so true.
People already lost.
He stole their soul at the weigh-in.
Comes to pay me. Yeah, he'd already taken their souls, man. He'd already
Souls
taken
are
their soul.
gone.
They knew they were going to get beat. They just said, "How long can I stay on my feet for?" Do you know what I mean? My kids are
I
watching.
want
Don't
Ben
leave me
to
in my
win.
mouth.
I want Ben to win.
You
right?
want him to win?
I want him to win.
Yeah,
However,
yeah. I want Ben to win.
because both of them, their styles are and their attitudes, not just their styles, their attitudes
Mash
are
up like
so
boxing.
similar to their fathers. I feel like history might repeat itself because Ben was always, I'm talking seniors now, Ben was always the more vicious fighter than Eubank Senior. Eubank outsmarted him, right?
That's it.
And I think
That
the
is
same,
it.
when I look at the way the two of them are talking and performing in the press conference or whatever, you know, Eubank is very cool. He's very measured. He's very methodical, and Benn is more passionate. He's more just like his dad, just like his pops. So I feel like history is probably going to repeat itself. Although I want Benn to win. You know, so I guess by that I'm saying I think Eubank is gonna also outsmart Conor Benn with his experience and whatnot.
What do you think about that comment you just made there about like history repeating itself and like he's kind of Ben's a warmonger like his dad? If you look back at fights of Nigel Benn, it was kind of like my man wanted to go out on his shield. You know, he'd rather dead than back down. You know what I'm saying? Started there.
No, we got you, man. We got you.
No, we got you now. We got you back. We got you back.
All right, okay. Hotel Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? He'd rather go out on his shield than quit. You know what I'm saying? And when you've got this kind of discrepancy in size and weight, it's kind of like, it's a dangerous thing, you know, style. You know what I mean? It's a freak show, bro. You know what I mean? So, boy,
interesting.
It is.
So we'll await the rematch. We'll await the rematch for the date of the next thing, and then if it is in a big stadium and the ticket price has gone up, we'll know what's up. We'll know what's up. All right. So, final topic. Again, thank you to all the people in the chat who have been posting the messages for that as well. Big up to Bigger G, who's coming to the building as well. Salute, big respect, sir. All right. All the people watching online, we see you wherever you're watching, whether you're watching on Twitch. We're also streaming on our Facebook page now. We're on Alt TV on Facebook, so we're streaming there too. And we have YouTube coming soon as well. So just make sure you are following one of us either on Twitch or on Facebook for now. And the other channels are in the pipeline. Final one for the evening. Gentlemen.
And everybody, keep in mind, we've got a name now.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Grofo. Thank you, Conrad. We are, as you see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, we are the Real Soundcheck Podcast.
Soundcheck gang.
Give us a bomb, Friction Man. Give us some bombs, brother. Cheese. Was that Mr. Diesel with some extra effects there as well?
You know, it wasn't actually.
Oh, wasn't it? Okay.
But just for good measure.
Yeah, man. That one was nice.
Just for good measure.
That was brilliant.
We can't hear him, bro.
We can't hear it.
There it is. I thought I pressed the button, I didn't.
So yes, we are the Real Soundcheck Podcast. All right, we were debating for a while what to call the podcast, what to call the show. Many of the things that we wanted to come up with were already taken. So this is what we have finally decided upon. So we are the Real Soundcheck because the gold of these sessions really happens when we do the sound checks, which you guys don't see. But you don't see yet. We may share some snippets of what happens in the sound check with you. Yeah, some exclusive content separately, maybe on our YouTube channel or something like that, or the Instagram when it comes. But the sound check is really where the gold happens, people.
And it's also a couple of sound man checking out what going on in the world. So
listen, yeah, but I talk about you come with the sound man talk again, brother.
That was hilarious, bro. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh, see, Mad Trini's got an alternative name. Mad Trini's got an alternative. Chocolate fondant TV, you know. No.
Oh gosh. All right, let's loud. No, let's louder.
Oh, where's my glass, UK web boy? I can't. I didn't bring the glass in. Sorry. Go on.
All right. Starship and Candy. Let's talk Starship and Candy.
No, let's not.
Yeah, come on. Right. Who suggested this one? Someone just bring this out because I want to know. I want to know what's the thought process behind this.
Oh, turn that off. Turn that off.
Who is it? That's Newton Ross.
Man, I hate the tune on, you know.
Dislike.
So, who plays this tune? Who plays this tune?
I haven't played Starship in time. time. I've had more than enough opportunity to play it on streams, and I don't think anyone could turn around and hear me say I played Starship on a stream. I have not done it.
We're not nobody's messing with Starship. What about Candy?
That damn sure ain't playing Candy.
Only at weddings.
At weddings, yeah.
Okay.
At weddings, I will play it. In a club, no.
Okay. If someone comes and begs you to play it?
No.
Well, I'll tell
them the next DJ will play.
Next DJ, see? We come from the same
man
club,
got it.
Diesel.
Yeah, my man
You
said
say
he's
the
got it
next
lined
man's
up.
got it. That's it.
I'm just warming up. I've been told not to play it. You get me?
Yeah, no, that's what you say. You say, I don't want to spoil it for everyone.
Yeah.
The next DJ's going to play it, so there's more people in the club. I don't want to play it too early. That's it.
You don't want to
But
beat
you know them ones already, man.
It has to be done, fam.
The man's getting bare pressure. Bare pressure.
But you know, the thing I found that really tripped me out, you don't even have to play it. They just gonna do their dance to whatever.
To anything.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
They did it to a Ryan Leslie track I played one time, and I just was like, oh my God.
Brother, I've seen people do that to
Jungle
soca.
now.
They do the jungle. Yeah, I've seen people do it to soca. All kinds. But it's not even the dance that really. It's the
track, man.
It's the methodical. No, because it's for me. It's the track. I used to actually love that track, but it was like everybody used to love Keep On Moving when it came out. I saw the soul until it got mullered to death, and then people couldn't stand it. People used to love Back to Life until it got mullered, and people hated. Everybody used that bloody rhythm until you couldn't stand it anymore. It's
And I
kinda
only
like that.
found out the other day that Candy is about taking coke.
Oh, for real?
I think somebody told me that recently as well. Somebody told me that recently as well.
God, are you nuts?
Wow.
Tell us
Yeah.
more. Tell us
Are
more.
you
know what?
serious? Hold on, let me see if I
Just
can
run through
find.
some of the lyrics in your head. It makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
I
found
only
that recently as well.
realized.
Me
I
too.
only realized the other day
Over
that
me.
song is all about taking drugs.
Wow.
Find the lyrics.
That
I'm
feeling
looking for the
comes
lyrics right
over
now.
me. Na, 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 na. Just
Wow.
go through the words.
Wow.
It's all about taking a hit and how
Yeah,
it feels
people
all
are
over and
dancing.
taking
like
some of that
it's
that
like
nose candy.
I can feel it when you walk, even when you talk, it takes over me. You're so
Yeah.
candy. I want to know, can you feel it too? Just like, oh, okay. And then the next verse, the stuff is starting now. It's the
See?
same feeling. I always seem to get
Wow.
around you. There's no mistaken. I'm clearly taken by the simple
Stuff
mere
is
thought.
starting
You
now.
know what? It makes sense.
My
you know?
my eyes roll in my
Right.
head. I toss and turn in my bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
God.
In
Yep,
the
there you
morning
go.
when I think
about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simply put, you're the reason why, even though I'm really shy, I attempt to look my best for you. Indeed, I do just for you.
Indeed, I do.
Well, I was today years old when I realized Candy was about cocaine.
That's
There
crazy.
you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is what it is when I only found that out this year.
Me too. Me too.
Friction, you see that last verse? You're like a brand new feeling in a special way, a surprise package on
yeah.
a bright,
See?
clear sunny
Each
day.
and
See?
every day.
You're
Wrapped up tight.
Right, yeah, that's mad.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't even know the lyrics. To
No
be
way.
honest, so
Here it
That's
is.
crazy.
There they are.
Wow.
There they are. There they are.
wow.
But you know,
And that's what I'm saying. So yeah, when your auntie,
I mean, to
your
be
mother,
fair-
everyone out there dancing and they're begging for this tune, you got to kind of like, oh come on,
To
man.
be fair though, there's a lot of songs out there that are about drugs.
Absolutely.
So there are a lot.
Oh yeah. But this one fooled us all. I'm sorry.
True.
This
Well,
one really took the business.
So-
too.
When this this
Maybe
topic was
carry it in
suggested,
his cod piece. Yeah, man.
Where did he carry it? Exactly. Now that makes sense, innit?
But that
That's how we
half
got it
ounce
into
down there.
all of the raves.
get a half ounce of that cod piece. I'm telling
Nah,
you.
you walk around with a
Couple of
Half a
keys,
key.
boy. Couple
Kilo.
of keys, a brick, 2 bricks.
That makes sense.
He was on some Benny the
Yeah,
Butcher
yo.
thing.
Yayo. Yayo by his balls.
What I was going to say is when this topic was suggested, what it made me think about was, it's not the artist's fault. It's not the producer's fault. But a song can be that good that it then comes bad. It becomes bad.
I don't.
You know what I'm
I think.
saying?
Yeah. Okay. No, I hear where you're going with that, and
Because
I
it's a
think
good
you are
song.
right about some songs, but that song alone, I just think it boils down to the repetitiveness
Yes.
and the
Yes.
continued. Oh, everyone's around now. Let's do Candy, and you're like, okay, but like,
Look at what you just said though. Everyone's around now. Let's do Candy.
right?
There you go.
Yeah, it's a whole different
That's
context
mad.
now, isn't
That
it?
is mad. Yeah. That is.
The song
whole
that I
different
can't
context.
stand that
Ready?
everybody
You ready?
seems to love.
Get in a line. We're doing a line.
Yeah. See, we get in a
of
line,
Candy.
and everybody wants to do Candy in a line.
Conspiracy.
There's angles to this.
The
There's angles.
conspiracy.
No way.
Yo, for all you candy lovers in the chat, I'm sorry, not sorry, sorry, not sorry.
We're doing a line of candy.
There is a helpline coming up after the thing.
Yes,
There's a
there
helpline
is.
up for
All right.
from the candy lovers.
Grown folks, Conrad, you were gonna say something.
Oh, yeah, well, that's those songs. Yeah, they definitely. But I think carrying on from what Butch was saying, it's one of those songs that everybody kind of wants to hear, and the one that I just really cannot stand is "Celebrate" by Kool and the Gang.
See,
Oh Lord.
you see, it kicks in like that,
I
innit?
can't stand
Yep.
that song. I mean, I have to be on suicide watch if that song comes on.
So again, this goes back to that debate about the DJ playing for the wants of the crowd.
Yes.
Like what comes first? You get me? Your wants as a DJ or the crowd's wants who has hired
That's
you
just-
to be there?
that's
To
just
me,
one song. That's just one song.
yeah,
You can
that
get around
is that 100%. That depends on the event, because weddings, christenings, family orientated stuff, you're hired to entertain them. So if they want it, they get it. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
And especially for what I'm charging, you can have it. Yeah, plain and simple.
But this is from
Done.
Butch that said the next DJ got it.
That's when
Right.
you're in the club.
If it's in a club, if it's in a club setting, I can palm that off. Diesel knows the coup.
Yep,
We
yep,
can
yep.
palm that off to all 3-4 DJs. Like
What?
he's
That
next.
That was played an hour ago, weren't you here?
Yeah, that's it. That's the next
you
one. I don't repeat tunes. I don't repeat tunes.
No playbacks.
That's it.
Do you know what? I didn't
just
have one of
find
these
where I put
nice
it.
lines, because I'm just rags with it. I'm just raw. I'm just like, no. You know what I mean? I didn't even have these lyrics. I'm just like, no.
What's
I'm
that
not
spray
playing
you
it.
got, Croc?
Yeah. the insect repellent for those annoying pests. Yes, mate. So I think I agree with I'm the same like Butch. If it's a private function where you've been booked to play like a wedding or something, and they ask for it, you gotta play it, man. Someone's wedding or birthday when they want to hear it, you gotta play it for them.
The only
But-
time I've gone against that was going back 2 weeks ago when I got hassled for about 45 minutes to play Step in the Name of Love. I remember I told you
wow.
I had to, So in the end, what happened was I loaded it up. I stepped away from the turntable.
I remember you said you let them play it.
I let them play it.
Yeah. Candy is one I can mess with it. Sorry, I can mess with it. So I played the video on my live stream about 2 weeks ago because I was doing a cameo medley, a video medley. So I was doing all cameo videos. So naturally, I put that one in there because it fitted with what I was playing at the time. Outside of that, unless I'm doing some kind of like cameo medley or something like that, then I can't do it. Part of it is because there's too much bloody good music out there for us to be stuck on this flipping tune. Play Candy so everyone will dance. You know how much blast? So all the tunes I'm playing is not good tunes and nobody can't dance to. You can't dance to this music I'm playing.
Okay, so let's do this then. So
See, look, Bigger's asking last week's 2 weeks ago's question. But anyway, go on.
yeah, you missed it, Bigger.
You
That
missed
went
it,
down.
Bigger.
Oh, yeah, who's that
You
one,
need to
man?
watch
We
the
can't go
replay,
down,
bro.
brother.
Yeah,
We
go
can't
back
go
to
down.
the
We can't
go
go
back
down.
to the
Oh,
replay.
He can't. The
Calm
first
down
one's
that
gone. The first one's gone.
It's maybe a good thing.
It's not even saved anyway.
Oh, we didn't even
Yeah,
take
man.
the audio.
We went down that
sorry.
rabbit hole. But what I was going to say is, what are the Candy equivalents in other genres? So if we say hip hop, yeah, what are the hip hop tracks that
The original mix of Jump Around by House
I
of Pain.
knew you were going to say
Oh,
that.
never
I knew you were going to say a
ever
jump.
play that
What's
track?
wrong with jump
Ever.
around?
No, I didn't say Jump Around. I said the original mix.
It's that
the Pete Rock mix.
Oh, the remix. The remix can run all day.
The remix can play, yes.
all
I
day.
run the remix all the time, but
original.
not
the original.
the original.
We agree.
Oh,
Salute DJ Crop.
come on, man.
Yeah, you can't play that, man.
That's why I'm here with you.
Why not?
Next.
Oh, I don't want to hear that, man.
Dancehall. Okay, dancehall and reggae. What are you
Murder,
not?
She
Wait,
Wrote.
hold on.
Murder, She Wrote.
Out the room.
Yo, hold on.
Did you say Murder She Wrote?
Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote. I'm mashing up Butch Cassidy's playlist now.
It's true. Murder She Wrote is dancehall candy.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that one.
all
I'll
right,
give
what
you that
about-
one.
What about 90s R&B?
Anything but R. Kelly. Anything but R. Kelly.
Yeah. Anything.
No, wait a minute.
TLC Scrubs. TLC Scrubs.
Yeah, I bun that tune, man.
Yeah.
Bun that.
Yeah.
Bun that tune.
Anything by Destiny's Child.
Oh, no, don't do that. Nah.
Nah, not anything. Not anything.
yeah.
I'll give them so good. I'll give them so good. Oh yes, anything but Ja Rule. Anything but no. Do you know what?
No, that's not 90s.
No. I'll make an exception with what was the first tune? Holla. I'll make an exception for that. That was the only tune he did that I
That's
liked.
the only tune that he's made that I like.
Me too.
only
Me too. The only me too.
That's because it was kind of hip-hop-ish. The rest of it was
yeah.
I was on holiday. I was in holiday in Egypt, right? Hurghada, right? It was on the by the beach. They play music by the beach. Everything was crisp. And then that tune with Ja Rule and J-Lo comes on. You know what I mean? It's idyllic scenery. And all I hear is, "Watch my motherfucking ass!" I was like, man. It just mashed up the audience. Man. I was like, yeah.
I don't know if my brain's working quick enough. I think there's other
Terrible.
like there's a couple of Sean Paul tracks that I think are a
Give me the
bit
lights.
more candy-ish than
yeah.
Shaka Demus and Pliers.
But
To be fair,
they're also
to be honest,
they're a little bit later though as well. So
no.
there's a good few years.
But
gap
Sean
between
Paul,
them.
them time
Jackie
there,
Davis and
Sean
Bryce is
Paul
bait.
is playing
He's
for the
bait.
pop. Is playing for the pop charts. Them time there, Sean Paul is playing for the pop. Shaka Demus and Pliers. That tune came out when early 90s, right? Early 90s when that wasn't even trying to. They weren't trying to go in pop charts. Them time it was later on they got in pop charts with flipping Tease Me and them kind of foolishness there. But Murder She Wrote, that was straight Bogle time. That was hot prime time Bogle era.
Yeah.
That's candy. to us.
What you saying it's been whacked since then.
Here's one.
No, what I'm saying is it's
It's
Sean
got the
Paul-
candy effect.
Sean Paul is
Sean Kingston.
Sean Paul is playing to a different crowd. Oh, action.
No, that's not got good
This might
candy
get true.
effect.
Nah, this might get true.
that's
This might
not
get
part of
true.
it.
Nah, this can get true, man. This can get true. That can
I'm not
get
playing
true.
that one.
I think
a
really,
tune.
to an extent, they all get away because they're just one piece of rhythm packs in it. So, Murder She Wrote. How many other pieces are on
Yo,
that?
listen,
on that
I'd rather
bam, bam
play
rhythm?
every other tune on that rhythm apart from that one. I
Well,
want to hear.
there's like 5-6 other pieces on Bam Bam Rhythm anyway. So
There's a whole heap. I'd rather play Panhead, Pony Printer, and
yeah.
Bleach, Nada Ranks Bleach, and all them kind of.
you go,
Yeah, man, them are tunes. Them are tunes.
Shaggy and it
So we've
wouldn't-
done R&B, we've done hip hop, we've done dancehall.
Oh, Shaggy. Oh, Carolina. Oh, Lord God. That can't play.
That can't play.
Yeah.
No, isn't it the other one?
No, but you know what?
The next
Mr.
door
Bombastic.
thing.
Mr. Bombastic.
No, next door. The call me red-handed.
Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yeah,
That's got the candy effect. That has got the candy effect.
they put out
Oh
a
my
different version
God.
of that more recently. Actually, I think about a year or two ago, they changed all the percussion to make it sound more dancehall.
Oh, man. Yo, if you ever hear me playing any of them Shaggy tracks, I'm revolted,
for me,
man. I'll cancel myself.
I'm telling you, if you want to know what's off bounds, go on Spotify and type in the best of and then add genre. And usually the first 10 tracks in there, you don't play them.
Yeah.
So it's just telling you, do not play these ones. That's the blacklist.
Yeah.
So go on Spotify, type in the best of 90s hip hop. The first 10 tracks, never play them.
That's brutal.
Diesel.
That's
Diesel.
brutal.
Hip-hop.
Let's get all those guys
Hip-hop
looking
that
at
you
you.
wouldn't play. Hip-hop that you would go on your candy list. Hip-hop.
Hip hop.
Yeah, Diesel, because you run the old school hip hop raid train. So hip hop that you wouldn't, that you have on your candy list.
I can't even think off the top of my head because, to be honest, most of that stuff I just wouldn't even put on my computer anyway.
Let's have a look at this.
Would you play Stilo? I wish I was a little bit taller.
Hell no.
I don't think I've
Never.
ever played it before.
What
I
about?
played
But
that.
it's weird though, because tracks like that, I like the instrumental.
Yeah.
I would hold on to the
Them
instrumental.
horns at the start, man. That
Do you know
sends
what?
people
That's not
wild.
a bad tune, actually, though. I used to hate that tune.
Yeah,
I used to
that
hate
track,
that tune when
like-
it came out. And it's grown on me.
So
Now it's real. It's real. It's real.
For example,
man.
like, all right,
Will
then,
Smith
that's
getting jiggy with
interesting.
it.
Afro
Oh,
Man,
Lord.
something
Yes,
like that now.
there we go. Now you're talking.
Now
Jiggy
we're
with it.
talking.
Candy
jiggy with
effect.
Can I
Yeah.
have a controversial one?
Go on.
Regulate Warren G.
Banda.
For me, I would
I've
play
never
the
liked
original track they sampled. I'll play the original track they
Yeah,
sampled,
yeah,
but I won't play the Warren G version.
Yeah,
That's
You know what?
actually
I
fact, you
swear.
know. I don't play that I don't play that song.
You know what? I do like friction, so I play the original and I dip into the one just to make the connection, and then I'm straight back out. I'm straight back out.
Okay.
Straight back
Ice
out.
Cube.
Anytime
Don't stop,
I
get
hear
it.
it. Oh Lord.
Nah, friction.
Oh, Ice Cube.
stop, get
Put
it,
your
get
back
it.
into
Put
it.
your back into it. What's that
Never.
tune called? Nah.
Never.
Put your back into it.
You can do it. Put your back.
You can do it. You can do it. Put your
You
back
can do it.
into
Put your back in.
Listen.
Yeah.
Put
That-
your
Nah, you
into
can't
it.
do that. You can't do
If
that.
I hear any
Yeah.
man on this stream play that tune, me and you're done. Yeah.
Nah, someone said, here's a controversial one. You can't touch this. I'm still playing it. I don't care what anyone says.
I still play that. I still
Yeah,
play
you can
that.
still play that.
Nah, I play
Because
Super
I
Freak,
like
man.
to-
Play Super Freak.
Play the original with it.
The
as
thing
well.
is, I like doing that thing where I do the original and then I'll go into whatever the original was made into. I like doing that. So, but that I would play.
Hammer.
Yeah.
My
I'll do that.
Adidas,
even-
yeah,
I
it's a
don't
classic
play.
tune.
I don't
Yo,
even
Chief, what are you
play,
talking about? My Adidas can rise all day, brother.
I don't even
my-
play
Yeah,
like
for real.
Hypnotized by Biggie Smalls because it's too commercial.
I don't play that.
Yeah, but it's
think-
not got the candy effect though.
It has-
It's not
yeah.
got the candy effect.
It hasn't.
I think in the hip hop world it has. I think in the hip hop world.
You see, regulate. When regulate comes on, I get angry. Do you know what I mean? I can feel myself like ready to boss up song. I hate it, man.
I'm
It's like
just
about
not
10
a fan
minutes
of
long.
Warren G. Just
Yeah,
anything
I hate
about
it.
Warren
10
G,
minutes
I'm
long,
not
mate. It's
really a fan
long.
of, so.
I'm the same as you, Diesel. Anything with Warren G, I'm not on it.
No.
Yeah. I think there was one
Shut
track
up, man.
on the album that I really, really liked, and it was like Warren G was hardly on it. So with no breaks or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
No.
What else on the list, Friction?
No.
It's my piss boil.
Makes
Yeah,
my
I mean,
piss-
Changes by Tupac, Big Papa, Juicy.
What?
no.
Changes by Tupac.
I'm going for the Spotify best of
To be
90s hip
fair,
hop.
you know what? I don't even play the original version of Juicy anymore. I play the Pete Rock remix now.
Yeah, I prefer that version too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Ice Cube Today Was a Good Day.
Oh no, leave that alone. That's
what was
fine,
the one?
man.
What was
Nah,
the one?
that
What
can
was the
stay.
one
That can
Tupac-
stay. Yeah, man, that can stay.
What was the Tupac
Changes.
one? Tupac and Elton John. Leave that shit alone.
out.
Which one was that one?
What was that?
But we're talking about the
Tupac-
candy effect though.
Yeah. I'm just going for the list here.
Right,
Which one has got the
Not just
candy
whack
effect?
tunes.
Yeah, not
Gangsta's
just whack
Paradise,
tunes.
Coolio.
Yes. Annoying,
Oh, brother, that's
annoying candy song. Can't play it.
Rest in peace, Coolio. But I'm sorry,
in
I'm
peace.
sorry,
Nah,
bruv. Yeah, that can't play. That can't.
All right,
play.
okay. This one might divide the room. California Love, Dr. Dre and
Nope.
Tupac.
Which version?
It's safe.
Which version?
It's safe. It doesn't matter.
original.
It's safe. It's safe.
Not
It's
the
safe.
original. Not the original.
The
remix.
Dun, 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 dun,
See,
dun,
again,
dun.
I'd play the original sample, but I wouldn't play that.
I wouldn't play that. I play the remix. I play the remix.
Biggie G, that's a bit strong, mate. Come on, said he would drown his kids if they play Mark Morrison.
Wow.
No, he said disown, not drown, disown.
Yo, Bigger G, what's wrong with Beverly
I
Knight?
would
Man?
drown.
What's up with Beverly
Yo,
Knight?
The
how you
flavour
gonna
of the
say-
old
Yo,
school. What's wrong with
hold on. Bigger G, how
what's
you gonna be dissing Bev Knight? And she's from my hometown, bruv. We dealing with.
From the ends,
Okay,
man.
you
From the
can't
ends.
She's from the ends, bruv. We dealing with.
Nah, you can't diss Beverly.
Hated
No,
that.
bigger, you're wrong. Stand by Bev all day, man. That's a big tune.
In the flavor of the come on, man. That's a rhythm, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, Bigger G, you skid, man. You skid this one.
That tune's actually like
Return of the Mac.
it's like part of your life, innit? That tune there.
Yeah.
Oh man, Return of the Mac. I played it at a corporate.
Nah,
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, but you see that it hasn't got the candy effect. But I'm sorry, it is one of the most universal one-hit wonders across the world.
Truly,
The world,
Truly,
and I'm on about
truly.
the
man.
world.
man has
You could
bought
play it in
Lamborghinis.
Thailand, you could play it in Australia, you could play it in
Lamborghinis,
America,
Lamborghinis.
Alaska.
Lamborghinis and mansions off of that damn.
Off of that tune,
Telling you.
Yeah.
he's
Fucking saw the movie, what was
nothing less than a Range Rover when he pulls up. That guy's still eating,
And all
still
he drinks
eating.
is champagne.
Still eating off that.
Yeah, all he drink is champagne.
I was gonna say, I used to watch a
All for
movie. I
that
can't remember
one
what it
track.
was, but there was a movie, and we're sitting there minding our business, and then boom, Return of the Mac's in the movie. It was like an animated, like a Pixar, and I thought, my man is eating,
He's
his one.
still yamming food.
I'm telling you.
I got one for you.
not
I got one for you.
Not struggling.
What's the one? Anything
Big up
by
Mark Mason.
Peter Andre.
Oh, mysterious
my
girl.
God.
Yeah.
Did somebody say Craig David? What?
No, I didn't say Craig. Ooh, are we putting Craig David on this list?
No,
I ain't
Craig
playing no
David's
Craig
fine. Craig David's fine.
Craig David's
Butch,
good.
man.
Craig David's good, man. Leave him.
Craig
All
David's
right.
all right, man.
All right,
What
what about
about-
Gwen Stefani and Eve? Blow your mind.
Yes,
Oh.
I'll play that joint. I will play that.
No, I'll play the hell out of that. That's
I'll
a
play that.
gal that man
That's all right.
I'll play that. I'll
That's
play
all
that.
right.
I'll play that.
I don't
I'll
think
play
that's been
that.
candid. I don't think that's been candid. That hasn't been
Yeah.
candid.
No.
Scrubs
And I
has
have a
been
nice
candid.
little mix I like to do with that as well. So I'll play that. I'll play that.
Okay.
Scrubs has been candid, no question, man.
What's the one with I'm gonna make you sweat. Ah, la 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 la. Ah, la 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 la. Look at that.
Has never ever been in any of my crates. Never. Never been in any of my crates.
Who is it?
I don't even know, brother. I
No
don't
one
know
don't
it. I don't know it. I don't know.
No one don't care. It's blacklisted. Missy Elliott, get your freak on.
Leave her
No.
alone. Anyone got
Nah,
anything
that's
to say
gotta
about
stay.
Missy?
That's
That's
gotta
war.
stay. That's gotta stay.
You can't.
What's that, Butch? Where's that? Where's that?
Don't touch
Where's that,
Missy.
Butch?
Leave Missy alone. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, she's foundation.
What about the Blue Cantrell joint?
She produced.
No, bun that blue control. Bun that. Bun
What's it
that.
called again?
Bun blue control, man.
Oh, the one with Sean Paul.
Yeah, bun that. Bun that.
That's
it
got the
Breathe?
candy effect.
Dun,
Is
dun.
it Breathe?
Bun that. It's breathe. It's breathe. Yeah, man. Bun
Yeah,
that.
breathe.
About baby.
Bun that.
Hey, Friction, you look like you're
what?
enjoying that one.
I had
a bit
that on
too
my
much, man.
on my chip shop set. I need to take it off. I've been practicing for weeks.
Yo, you best bun that, star. You best bun that.
I was starting with that.
Yo, Wildy Cat's got a good one. Wildy Cat's got a good one. I want to sex you up. Yeah.
Ooh, I
No, that's
don't
fine.
know.
That's
I
fine.
can't
That's fine.
stand
That's
that.
fine.
You know what?
I
There's
hate
two
that.
different versions of it, though. There's two
There
different
is.
versions
There is
of
two
it.
different versions.
And there's one that I find a lot of people like. There's one. That
Yes,
a lot of people
it's the
don't
one
like.
where he starts coming inside and
Yeah,
make your
that's the-
clothes and
that's the one that people like, innit?
I don't
The
like
one that
either of
comes
them.
in.
I don't like none of
Big
them.
tune. Big.
All right,
it
Bigger G
peppers.
says it takes
peppers
two rock
dancing.
bass. What are we saying?
Ooh.
Still slaps.
I'm tired of it, but it still has that effect.
It hasn't been
It still
candy
has
yet.
that
Is it
Not
the
yet.
candy effect though?
Not
No.
yet. Not yet. Not
yet.
yet.
Nah,
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Still goes, man.
But that's like saying, sugar beer as well. I can't lie. I hate hearing. I've said it before. What's more to
No,
the?
man,
But
that's-
it still has.
Yeah.
It still has that effect.
Don't scandalize mine.
It still has that effect. You know what I mean,
Running man, cardio straight.
that's what I'm saying.
All right. What about Jenny from the block?
No.
Nah, man. Bun that.
Hell no.
Anything by J-Lo. Bun it.
Yeah, for real.
What are you saying? Is what? I thought we were just talking about candy effect. We're not bunning tune, are we?
No, we are.
We're bunning shoes. Straight.
Nah, man. J-Lo's all right, man. You go to certain places, J-Lo, you're shelling down the place
Nowhere
with
I
J-Lo.
go. Nowhere I go.
Okay.
Yeah, man. J-Lo's calm, man.
A track my wife hates is Mary J. Blige, Family Affair.
I was gonna say that one.
See, now that
I was
that
gonna
has
say that.
right. You know what? The missus is bang
Candy
on.
effect.
That has been candied.
Yeah.
That had dun 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 dun. Candied.
Yeah.
Okay.
Candied. Definitely.
J-Lo's a fraud. Ross.
Who was it who said this is a therapy session? They're right, you know. I'm feeling good after this. This is well needed. Leroy says it's an open therapy session. We're getting cleansed.
Colonic.
Whoa!
UK Web Boy says Cardi B.
Anything by Cardi B is not getting played.
Oh, no.
I think she's all right for a couple of years. I think she's fine. She's fine. She's done what she has to do.
Wildy Cat's just killed it.
Yep, that's the one.
Sweet like chocolate.
That's the
Oh
one.
Lord.
Oh, raw.
That's
Okay,
candied.
That
Raw.
Fully got candied.
Okay.
Wow.
Out of all the garage tracks, that would be one of the most candyish ones.
no, that
Most
is.
def.
I think that is the candy tune. Of
I think it
Garage.
Of
is.
garage, 100%.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Diesel, what would you say is an equivalent of that? Because you're a proper garage man here. What would you say is an equivalent of that with garage? Bigger G, how you gonna put Bossy in there? Anyway,
Of what? Chocolate Boy?
garage.
The candy equivalent.
Candy equivalent.
No,
Garage.
it's straight Chocolate Boy. It's straight Chocolate
What,
Boy.
anything else?
I don't know. A lot of people say Doolally, but I still like that track.
What about
MC
General Levy?
looked
Incredible.
and-
What about Incredible? Oh, that's
Oh,
Jungle. but-
Jungle.
Jungle.
But it still has power.
It's that's
I've
it's
got
got the
one.
Mark Morrison effect. It's the
Yeah,
one
I've got
hit
still has
wonder
power.
that has gone across the world.
The
We
thing
done
is,
it,
still
we
large.
the
done
thing
it,
is,
we
it's
will
not
make
a
it
one-hit
tonight.
wonder because that was the third Jungle single that he'd released.
I didn't
most
even know
people,
that.
Yeah, most people think it was the first one, but that was the third one.
I thought it was his first. I thought it was his
no.
only Jungle tune.
No.
I'll
It
send
was
you the others. I'll send you the others.
Okay. G-Force
yeah.
says keep
When he did
Incredible.
that interview the other day, he said it was his first.
Say again.
But that's the one that got him banned because he said I invented jungle and it got him banned.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, watch
Would-
the interview on the BET UK Black Music. He done an interview. It separates it.
The
and
Jungle
it puts it in a
community
timeline.
cancelled him. The Jungle community
Yeah,
cancelled him.
just
Everybody else loved him because the tune was a tough tune, but the diehards,
Yeah, it was like,
you
no,
know,
it's done.
they
Yeah.
were like, nah.
Okay.
All right.
For drum and bass, then, is Super Sharpshooter Candid.
No.
Star, no
What about
way.
the helicopter
No,
rhythm?
no,
Neither
no,
version.
None of them. None of them.
No
None of
version.
them.
Helicopter's
None
fine.
of them. Helicopter's
Yeah.
fine, Star.
Burial is close to it though.
Yeah.
Burial
It's getting there.
Still
Yeah.
tough though. It's still tough.
But
though.
but Sweet Love is kind of on its way there as well.
Yeah, but it still does damage. It does.
It's
Anyway you play, it does
still got that
damage.
power. Yeah, it still has that power.
Yeah. Somebody says the Diva Speak says Crystal Waters.
I think Flowers. Sorry to go back.
Oh, yes,
Flowers.
yes, but
Flowers
yes,
is the
yes.
candy
Garage.
of garage. Flowers.
Yeah.
I'll bring you flower. Yeah, that's dead.
I think Chocolate Boy is worse though.
Don't play that.
I can't
But
stand it.
Chocolate Boy is worse. Chocolate
I
Boy
can't
is worse.
stand it.
Crystal Waters. What are we saying about Crystal Waters? Diva
She gets
Speaks says
life.
Crystal Waters.
She gets
She
life.
gets
Classic.
life, man.
Will
She-
never
yeah.
die.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
tune.
She gets life.
Yeah.
She's-
Natasha agrees as well. Yeah. All right, boy, sir. This was interesting. This was sticky. Sticky
going
on some
hard.
tune, boy. Sticky on some tune. All right, so Starship and Candy were saying bun them, yeah? That was where this all started.
Yeah,
We're
man.
bunning them, and everything else has been mentioned since, pretty much. It's getting bun.
We need someone
No,
in the community to
I'm
create
saying-
a playlist on Spotify, call it the Blacklist, and
Put it
all
this
the
way.
tracks on it and send it to us.
I've played at a wedding.
UK Web Boy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
No,
I don't think
that
so.
still works.
That's a classic.
No, I don't know about
That's a
that
classic.
UK Web Boy.
That's
You can't mess with
classic.
that.
Classic.
Yeah, you can't mess with that. You can't mess with that.
Yeah.
That's sacred. That's like
you
taking
guys-
There's a
Also
lot of
on
tune
the
that
track
can
and
get
classic
banned,
bang.
but I think it all does determine when you're getting played. Like us as DJs can pick what we're gonna play, that's fine. But if you're being hired to play somewhere else,
Yeah.
and the person is knowledgeable of music, they're gonna kind of guide you. Oh, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this? Can I have that? And things like Starship and Kelly Price and Next and stuff like that is standard procedure. It's gonna get played. They're gonna want it. Those are classics.
I'm only playing
You know what I
those
mean?
at private fun. In fact, you know what? I'm only playing those A at a private function.
Yes,
And B if I'm specifically asked by the person who is paying me to play them. That's the only time they're gonna get played, really and truly.
All Too Close and Wifey and all them, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. I asked because I've been told I done a wedding and the woman said no Beyonce. At the wedding,
if they tell you
no
that's
Beyonce
I can work
at
with
all,
that. That's
none.
cool. That's
And that's what I'm
easy.
trying to say. So I kind of asked, okay, do you want the favorites next, blah, 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 this, that. And some people say, oh, no, leave out some of that. Don't do that. More, you know what I mean? They might say, oh, more Mary J. Blige and something else or whatever. They might have their version of what their old school's like.
All right, so let me ask
kinda-
you guys one last question then on this. As DJs who are playing out, are you more about, in terms of a percentage, try and give me in terms of a percentage, are you more about playing to please the crowd or more about playing as an expression of yourself as a DJ?
It's like
Depends where I'm playing.
Depends where you are. Like I use Twitch
100% depends where you are.
Twitch as an extension of myself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
Facts.
again, when you're getting paid, you kind of got to do for those that are paying. You know what I mean?
I can't go out into a club with a lineup of 4 or 5 other DJs and just play for me what I like. That's dead. That's dead. That's a dead way of thinking. There's 200 people in front of you. You know what I mean? Your name's on the line. You've got to entertain. You've been there early enough to hear the DJ before you. And this is the sound boy in me. Everyone after me, good luck. I'm coming to bury the place. I'm coming to do my job. Plain and simple. That's it. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? You got to look after the people. If I'm standing in the club with 200 people and the majority of them are women, and I'm on some, you know what I mean, some, man them, let's go jump around, rah, 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 and not cater my sound to say, all right, then let me play a little bit of this, little bit of that, but a bit of that.
But there
then,
are some, I hear what you're saying, but there are also some DJs that I listen to who they do play that way inclined, and I really enjoy their sets because they're playing some shit that I have never heard before in my life, and they're playing some wicked, and my Shazam is popping up because I don't know these tunes, whereas most people, they want to hear stuff that they like and that they know and then they can sing along to or what have you. But sometimes when I listen to some of those people who do that, I have the most amazing time because I discover so much new music.
Can I ask a
Diesel.
question though?
Yeah.
Right. The question, because I totally hear what you're saying, but what I find at nights like that where I really enjoy myself is that most other people are not.
Exactly.
Ah, okay.
And that's what it is. When I've gone to weekenders or something like that and I've stepped into a room and I don't know the DJ, exactly what you're saying, I'm like, this guy's killing it. What's he playing? What's this stuff? Blue light for about 20 minutes.
It's exciting. For us, it's
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if I go into the main room, I'm going in there to hear.
They're playing Candy, innit, Tech? They're playing Candy.
Starship.
They are going in there. No, but
That's
then
why
you got,
I would be the one man in the other room,
with
enjoying
20
myself.
people.
Enjoying
yeah.
myself.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. That's the finite difference. There has to be, in that environment, if there can be. Sorry, I use my words right. If there can be a position that just does what it says on the tin, it's the R&B classics, whatever room, and then there's another room that goes left a bit or goes right a bit or plays different. The first time I heard Jazzy Jeff play, I lost my mind. And that was at Southport Weekender. I've seen him, I've heard about him, and blah, 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 blah. I stood right in front of the decks and lost my shit.
the entire night. Yeah, that's how
The
it goes.
whole of his set. Because he took like what you do, take a sample of this, hold the sample, scratch it out, bring in the original, let you get 2 choruses of what you know the track is, mix in something else, bring something else back in. And I was just looking up at him like, oh my God, this is how you can also rock a crowd. You don't need to just play normal shit.
man.
Shit.
100%.
And,
Do you know
and
what?
lost my
Do you know what,
stuff.
though? Do you know what I think as well? Right? Is does a DJ, in order to be successful doing that and just doing you and filling a room, does a DJ have to get to a certain level where the crowd trusts them to do that?
Yes.
Or,
You gotta
or
win them,
what?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You can't be just like everybody here plays when they're playing on Twitch. They play all sorts of wicked stuff that you're going to hear as standard, right? But would that pack out a room somewhere?
Not necessarily.
It depends on the room as well, I think. Like, I was going to say, for me, I'm just getting back into this. Obviously, I sat down for 20 years, so I'm just getting back into it. I turned down a booking the other day because I said to them, I can't play for that crowd. I'm not a
Well done.
a broad DJ like that. Yes, I could go and find them, but it's out of my comfort zone. I could go on wherever I need to go and find the tracks and know what to play. But I know I can't keep that crowd satisfied for.
What was the crowd? What was the crowd that you were being asked to play for? If you don't
the
mind
kind of,
sharing
I would
that?
say 21 to.
Yep.
You know, that
Keep
kind
it real.
of that younger age
Yeah.
range. I know
Yeah.
who my crowd is. That's right.
Hey.
Yeah. I can go and find it all.
Hey,
I can go and find it all and load it on my computer and go and play. But that's my comfort zone.
That's it. That's all you hear all night. Hey, you hear it all night.
You lot can't get sturdy out here. You lot
When I
stuff
played at
all of it. You lot too
my
old now.
anniversary, I played for myself, but everyone in the room is in my demographic, so everyone appreciated it. I never. Man would ask me for pull-ups. I said, I'm not pulling up no tracks. No. Boom. Next one. And everyone appreciated it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Pulling up nothing.
No pull-ups.
Well, it's a similar thing.
My house.
Just after lockdown, I think just after
rules is
lockdown,
on
I
the
got asked
refrigerator.
to do a young people's club, and I have to say young people. I'm in my 40s straight up, and I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. But the one thing about me, because of my record label and links and stuff that I had and whatever, I still get sent music. So I've always like kept each week or whatever, jump online. Those are the top 5, 10 bangers. Let me make sure they're in my box. Yeah. Went there, started off, and I was thinking, oh my God, this room's empty. By 1 o'clock, the place got rammed, and all I did was exactly what you lot were mocking around playing: drill, old school rap, UK to American, then go back again, drill, old school rap, blah blah blah. So it's adaptation of how to play to that crowd.
But
and
did you enjoy playing that?
Yes, because and the reason why I enjoy playing it is because, again, it wasn't what I normally play. So for me to have the knowledge of being able to say, "Raw, you know what? I'm gonna play a Mist." Because I like Mist tune. This is, and exactly what Croc was saying. This is the Mist tune I like. I don't know which Mist you know, but I'm gonna play this Mist tune because it's hard. Do you get what I'm saying? And then when I play it and I see the reaction, someone comes over, obviously with their phone, and go, "Oh, have you got this? Have you got that? Have you got that?" And out of every 2 or 3 tunes, I've got the 2. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay.
How? I'm conscious of time, but one last question.
all right?
How receptive are you to people coming up and shoving their phone in your face and saying, "Can you play this? Can you play this? Can you play this?" And because I personally, it really irks me when it gets done. That's what that's the one. I need that spray. I had a corporate gig last week Thursday. Diesel, I had that gig on before I came to busiest thing. I had a corporate gig in London Bridge, and every minute it got to the point where they were really starting to get them on it. It was corporate, middle class white people generally, corporate city people, and it was they were just a real nuisance. Alcohol out, they were liquored up, and you know what I'm talking about. And it was just every couple of minutes. It got to the point where normally I have one earphone on, or I just put both cans on and just block them out. I just ran them. I just sent them away.
Is it because of the repetitiveness of being asked for music?
It was what they wanted me to play the cheesiest of pop, right? Now,
Old or new?
Both. So I was able to obviously go in with the old 80s pop. I played loads of that, and to be honest, I kind of partly enjoyed it as well. But they wanted me to play new stuff. They were asking me for like Backstreet Boys or whatever. And I was saying, "Yo, this is my limit. I don't have none of that. There's levels to this thing. I can't go that deep into this thing."
Some of them are rude.
The other thing this is the thing, Diesel. This is what I was going to come on to.
Yeah.
What irked me more, it was a kind of privileged attitude where you're coming to me, shoving this team up, and because you want to play it, I must play it. And I must play it then because you say you want to hear it. Now it's it's an equivalent. It was bordering on rude, and it's also like I think to myself, this is my profession. This is my job, my profession, which I have been doing for decades. I know my work. I know what I'm doing here. I know how to rock a crowd. Thank you very much. Yeah. Go back out and enjoy yourself. I'm not going to come into your workplace and tell you how to do. Yeah. No, you're doing that wrong. Do it this way. You're doing
read this sales script. You should read this sales script.
Right. When I've never done your job a day in my life, but I'm going to come into your workplace and be telling you all about how you must do your job. So that's the other thing that really kind of irks me about people doing that. You know?
Sorry, I don't know if sorry, you were going to say Diesel?
No, I was saying, I'll just turn up again. Like Croc said, they're rude. It's just like a lot of the time they won't even ask you. They'll just come up to you and do this.
Yeah.
They won't even say nothing to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, sorry.
Right,
Rich.
and I'm going to chime in. I've held down residencies for decades. My longest residency has been a decade. So when you're trying to keep a crowd going week in, week out, 52 weeks a year, I don't see nothing wrong with a request. Yeah, at all.
No, we're not saying
hold on. Let me finish. I'll let you finish. Let me finish. Don't get it twisted. I do understand some people come at it wrong. They come at it wrong. But let me tell you, once or twice, some people have hit it on the head. I am stressed out, tired, bored, whatever it is, and someone's come up and given me a brilliant idea like, oh my God, I didn't think of that song. I've played the song and it's leveled the place and then taken me off into a thing. Oh, you like this? Is this what this area does? Because I've done a lot of traveling.
That's so I've gone to different areas. That's not the rule. That's the exception.
No. But at the end of the day, your question asks, how do we take it?
Yes.
And so my answer is, I'm always receptive to it. I'm open to it, but it depends how it's done. Right. If it's excuse me, can I play this? Blah 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 blah. If it's the shove in the face thing, the automatic no. That's it.
I've been at a number of events where the crowd has booed the DJ.
Wow.
Oh no.
And I've had to literally go up there and save him because I'm sitting there thinking, this is bad. Like I was at a wedding and the DJ got booed at the wedding. I was at a funeral and the DJ got booed.
Oh Lord.
How you get booed at a funeral? How you get booed at a funeral?
I was at a funeral.
You gotta tell me who that was, man.
Double
you gotta tell me who that was,
come
man.
on, talk the things, Fred.
You gotta tell me who that was, bro.
I'll post it in the group chat.
Fred Drain.
No, it was bad.
How do you get booed when people mourning?
All right, that's the question. How did he get booed? What, quick time.
So
short version.
Funeral, you got your you sit down, you eat, and you got your background music.
Yes.
Cool. There's no expectation when it comes to the background
eating
music.
Yes.
But then there was a time where it's like, okay, we want to dance now. Come on, we want to drop some foot. And he just never had it. He just did not have it. And I went up and stood alongside him. And I was like, yo, all right, play this. So I was literally that guy, but next to him because I was part of the procession. You get me? So it's like I need to save this boy because my people want entertaining and you ain't cutting it. So I'm next to him saying, play this.
I've had to do that as well. I've had to do that.
The man played so solid 21 seconds, and the crowd stopped and looked at him and went, "What?
21 seconds to go at a funeral."
Big people dance. The people were like, "Are you big nutty bells?"
Yo,
in about 10 years, he'd be able to get away with that. But hey,
I've had the same thing. I've had the same thing.
It was bad.
Brother, I'm not even gonna name the person, but a brethren of mine was struggling, man, and I was like, "Yo, try fling on that one day." That's it. Just try fling on that one day, and it worked. Right now try that one day.
Now try this one,
now try that one. And once I got like 3 tunes in, he was away, and I could leave him, and he was good. So I've had a similar thing.
Same, man. The wedding was bad as well. Like the wedding, the guy was playing. He was playing everything that we mentioned earlier. The ones that you think are gonna bust, but it's been candied. He was playing those ones, and it wasn't a candy type crowd. They were like, I looked in the crowd, like it was my family. There was 3 DJs there, like name brand DJs, and I thought we were both looking at him like, he ain't cutting it. He ain't cutting it. And he was under pressure, so I went and had a quick word with him to say, yo, play a little 80s soul and. You get me? Trying to give some cues.
I was going to say...
I so want to know who this is.
Yo, it was bad.
I so want to know who this is. Because you know what? There's another DJ from back home who I heard a story that from someone who was there. He opened the wedding, right? He played a wedding. I'm not going to name the name on here. But he played the wedding and he played the opening song for the wedding. The man played Beres Hammond, I'm Over You.
That's as bad as starting off a wedding with me and Mrs. Jones.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got a girl on the other
Other side.
of time. Shout out to the bride and groom.
Many years of happy marriage.
Sometimes you gotta wonder what goes through some of these man's heads, you know. Sometimes you gotta wonder how did they get in this line of work.
I'm telling you.
Nah, you know when someone obviously has to listen to the lyrics, but it's like, yeah, this tune, right? I'm gonna drop this tune, man, right? And it's gonna shell up the place.
Yo, that tune fresh, you know. That tune is fresh, it's fresh, you know, it's fresh. Listen. Opening does, I'm over you.
Oh, gosh.
Let's call it a day.
Hip hip hooray. No.
Oh, sugar. Brothers, it's been great. It's been brilliant, man.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, gosh. I think I want to wrap this up before this goes down another rabbit hole and I want to eat some food. Thank you so much, people.
I want to hear that thing
All
from
the-
Friction, mate.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be in the debrief afterwards. The debrief afterwards.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All the people in the chat, mad love. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for coming through and staying with us, interacting with us. Yeah, Diva, it has flown by really quick. That's what I say when you're having fun, innit? Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim, G-Force, UK Webboy, Diva Speaks, Bigger, Wiley Cat, everybody, Jacqueline, Miss Naturally J, anybody I've missed, no disrespect. See Mad Trini there, big up Mad Trini.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
Wally
man.
Cats.
Wally
Thank you,
Cat.
Mad Trini.
Yeah, man. Everyone, thank you so much. We'll be
Salute,
back
salute.
on Monday.
Boo.
Mad Trini start again.
OT, you know.
Mad Trini again. Mitchy Boo, I didn't even know you were in here. Big up Mitchy Boo. I'm so
Well,
sorry, I didn't see you. Bless up Mitchy Boo. All right, shout out to Lady Uzo as well, who's in the building as well. Big up, salute.
Big up, Uzo.
Yeah, man. We'll be back on Mondays. We are the Real Soundcheck. All right, and we are here every Monday. The Real.
Before we
No
go, everyone just
candy.
shout out your schedule. So, Croc, you're on tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow, 7 p.m. UK time.
There you go. The grown folks, when you on next?
Saturday morning, 10 till noon on Digital Soul Radio.
There you go. Buddha.
Bruh, I'll be on Thursday night, 10 p.m. till 12.
There you go. Diesel, when you on next?
Possibly
Now.
tomorrow.
No, yeah.
After this, yeah. He's gonna play all the tracks we blacklisted.
That's right.
Yo, listen, these have been getting in this thing for the last couple of weeks, you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
man.
man's got a new lease of life.
I've-
Every day.
Bro, I've been off work, innit?
Oh, see.
I'm off work at the moment, so
Man's just on a
just
Twitch
gotta feel like
crackhead
that.
business,
Yeah,
man.
man, you know
Innit?
it goes. You know it goes.
Butch, when you on
Like
next?
candy.
This and every Sunday I was on yesterday, so again it will be 7 days time, 6 days time.
Oh,
Sunday
Frick, before
7
you
till
move
9, the B-side.
There you go.
And we got the hip hop raid train on Wednesday.
Hip Hop
There you
Rain
go.
Train. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you catch all of us. Well, the majority
Am I
of us.
starting this week, Diesel?
I believe so.
All right.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm gonna try and get someone for before. I'll speak to Juicy, but yeah.
Cool. All right. So
Yeah,
I'll
so
be
we've
on
got
at
the Hip Hop Rain
7.
Train Wednesday.
Diesel's on at 9.
Yeah, I'll be on at 9.
Friction is on at 10.
10 till 11.
Yep.
What time is Easy P on?
Easy P's doing 8 till 9.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, people, thank you so much, brothers. Conrad, Grown Folks Grooves, Technical, Buddha Palm TV, Butch Cassidy, Friction, Fire Me, Mr. Diesel, IOSL. Salute, brothers. Salute to Dave now as well. Hopefully, we'll see him back next
man.
week.
Salute, Dave.
Everyone in the chat,
Big up, Dave.
thank you very much. Don't forget, check out the Facebook page.
Pulp Fiction
Join the
too.
Facebook page. Like the Facebook page. We stream there as well. Share it with your people then. And we'll be back next week, Monday, 9 p.m. or one of our schedules throughout the week. We're out of it, people. Peace!
Chocolate fondant TV, you know. Wow.
Mad Trinity ready to eat everything.
Oh, what was the
Too
Karen
much.
thing? What was the Karen one again?
Black Karen.
No, chocolate
No,
Karen.
Chocolate Karen. Chocolate Karen. That's it. Too much. We out of it, people. Peace. Peace.